on the defensive end under Terry Evans. Now, this is by far and away not the best defensive club in the conference, and they're certainly not even as good defensively as what we saw on Monday night against Southern Nazarene. However, in the first 6 games of this current win streak for OBU against Southwestern, the Bison eclipsed 100 points 3 times, and in doing so averaged 97.2 points per ball game. However, in the last 2 games, and they have split those 2, OBU has averaged just 70 against SWOSU. They were held to less than 70 in a loss in Weatherford last year and scored 76 in the first meeting this year between these two in mid-January. So while the defense maybe is not where Terry Evans wants it to be, it certainly has made great strides from where it once was.
There's no doubt, and Terry Evans is a gamer. As you know, he played at the University of Oklahoma. He knows that it takes defense to win games. He likes to pull up and shoot, and his players will fire it from anywhere. But what he does a lot of times is bring that surprise pressure on you, not pressing during the game, and then at certain times he'll have a full court press or a half court trap there, just trying to disrupt the other offense.
Southwestern, though, can flat score the basketball. Much like their women, they lead the conference in scoring at 89 points per ball game. Their 79.6 scoring average against defensively is 8th, but their scoring margin of almost 10 per game is second best in the conference. They have one of the best players in the league, and Damon Thornton, a 6'4 junior from Edmond, played junior college basketball at El Reno and Redlands. Last year had a terrific year. This year he's averaging a double-double, 19.9 points and 10.6 rebounds. But he is just one of a large majority of Bulldogs that could go and get points. They have 2 other starters and 3 other players that average double digits. Torian Knight averages 14. Braylon James averages 12. And off the bench, how about this? Chris Braggs is a reserve, averaging almost 4 rebounds and 12.1 points per ball game.
Yeah, Chris Braggs does come off the bench, but he's kind of like that 6th man for Terry Evans. Comes in there, he's interchangeable, could easily be a starter, has the talent. Chris Braggs can rebound. He's strong inside, and he shoots the 3 is just like everybody on Southwestern's team. Even the big players shoot the 3 from outside.
Southwestern is 3rd in overall field goal efficiency at 46%. They're 8th in field goal percentage defense at 44%. SWOSU very good at almost 39% from three-point range. They're holding the opponents to 32%. And the Bulldogs do get to the free throw line with some regularity, nearly 24 times per ball game. They're shooting 70.5% of that, ranks them in the top 4 in the Great American Conference. Terry Evans in his 3rd season in Weatherford, 23-40, 1-4 against Oklahoma Baptist. Southwestern just 10-21, though, under Evans away from the Pioneer Cellular Event Center. That has not been the case this year, though. They've been very good outside of Weatherford. The Bulldogs are 3-1 with road wins at Northwestern, at Southern Nazarene, and at East Central. Well, the Bison have yet soundly at Southern Nazarene and must now face East Central in the return game on Saturday. So those are 3 very impressive road wins for the Bulldogs, who only have a setback at Southeastern on the wrong side of the ledger on road games.
What an outstanding job Terry Evans does. Just like you pointed out, those road wins are some of the most difficult in the conference. But what does that tell you about the Bison going to Weatherford and stealing one there?
At the time, Southwestern was unbeaten. That was the first of what turned out to be a modest 2-game losing skid for SWOSU. They then went to Durant, lost by 20 at South, and then by 33 up at Alva on Monday night. Southwestern will return home for another Great American Conference Western Division showdown on Saturday as they'll take on Southern Nazarene. As we've told you, the start time has been changed a little bit for OBU's men. They will tip off at 5 o'clock in the second game of the doubleheader at the Kerr Center, behind the 3 o'clock tip time between the Bison women and the Lady Tigers. OBU, as we told you, 25-6 inside the Noble Complex in 2+ years under Jason Aker. They are 2-1 at home this year, having beaten Southeastern and Southern Nazarene. Their only loss was a 6-point setback to East Central. That was in the first week of competition. OBU, since moving to the Great American Conference and ascending to the Division II level, has won 3 of 5 against SWOSU. More game notes as we continue with our pregame show at Southwestern and Oklahoma Baptist. Straight ahead, this is Bison basketball. Complex. Both teams back out of the locker room and ready for tip-off. It's still coming up in about 6 or 8 minutes or so here on the Bison Radio Network. Defensively, Oklahoma Baptist, as we alluded to, has been terrific this year. They are 11th in the country in field goal percentage defense, holding opponents to less than 40%. OBU in all 6 conference games has outshot the opposition for the field. The Bison are 18th in the country in defensive rebounds per ball game. They averaged almost 29 retrievals. The Bison can become an elite on the defensive end if they defend the perimeter better. They're 8th, though, allowing 35% field goal shooting from beyond the arc for the opponents. OBU also doing a much better job during this win streak in limiting their turnovers. Over the last 3 ball games, they're averaging just 12.6 turnovers per ball game, including a season-low 11 in back-to-back games against Southeastern and Southern Nazarene. In the last 4 contests, Oklahoma Baptist averaged nearly 16 turns per game, including a season-high 18 to West Texas A&M. Told you about the re-emergence of Brantley Thompson. Thompson is nearing 1,000 points in his career as well, just 57 away at the start of play tonight. He's been a big factor in why OBU has won 3 straight. During the last 4 ball games, he's averaging 17.3 points per ball game. He's had 17 or more in 3 of his last 4. He knocked down 13 3-pointers in that span, including a pair of 6 3-pointer games against East Central and Southern Nazarene. Thompson has averaged nearly 6 per game in rebounds and assists during this current hot streak for him individually and for the team as well.
Brantley Thompson is such a great defensive player, such a hustler getting on the floor. It's not just about all this scoring, but 6 3-pointers in 2 games, Todd, is massive because what it does, it spreads the floor. It gets the other 3-point shooters open, Jaquan Sims, even Harrison Stoddard when he goes out. And it just makes so much easier for OBU to score if one guy's hitting 6 3-pointers in a game.
OBU's offense really has turned it up as well. The last 2 games, they're shooting a season-high 55% from the floor. They did so in road wins over Southeastern and against Southern Nazarene. They matched a season high here on Monday night with 12 made 3-pointers. Bison also hit 12. That seems to be a magic number in a 3-point victory in Weatherford earlier this year. Tip-off coming up. It's OBU Southwestern with first place in the Great American Conference Western Division on the line tonight here in Shawnee. This is Bison basketball on the OBU Bison Radio Network. It's Camden Gibson, a 5'11 junior from Oklahoma City and Edmond Santa Fe High School, averaging 9 points, 3.4 rebounds per ball game. Braylon James is a 6'5 senior from Jacksonville, Arkansas, averaging 12.7 points per ball game and 2.3 rebounds. Torian Knight, who in the first meeting had 16 points and 3 rebounds, averages 14 a game to go along with 2.9 caroms as well. Damian Thornton is a 6'4 junior from Edmond, Oklahoma, via Redlands Community College, 16 and 14, another double-double for him in the first meeting. He had 20 points, 8 rebounds in 24 minutes at Northwestern Monday. He averages 19.9 points per ball game. That's 4th best in the conference, and he is 7th best in field goal percentage at 56%, while averaging 10.6 rebounds per ball game. And the fifth starter for the Bulldogs tonight, Jalen Williams, a 6'6 senior from Oklahoma City, and UCO, averaging 7.6 points per ball game and 3.4 rebounds. For Jason Aker, 42-26, 4-1 against Southwestern at OBU. He'll go with Jaquan Sims, a 6'4 senior from Covington, Georgia. Quan is averaging 11 points and 3.6 rebounds a ball game. Nigel Wilcox is a 6'5 junior from Alpharetta, Georgia, averaging 5.9 points and 7 boards a game. Brantley Thompson, we talked about him in the pregame show, a 6'4 senior from Tuttle, averaging 13 a game to go along with 5.6 boards. Harrison Stoddard is a 6'7 senior from Edmond North, averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds. And Trey Green, the sophomore from Kingfisher, completes the starting lineup. That is our pregame show. Stay tuned. We are back with the tip-off next. It's the Bison and the Bulldogs on the OBU Radio Network.
And now let's bring the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the visitors from Southwestern Oklahoma State. Starting at guard, the 5'11 junior from Oklahoma City for one, Camden Gibson. At guard, the 6'5 senior from Jacksonville, Arkansas, number 3, Royal James. At guard, the 6'5 junior from Edmond, number 4, Tarian Knight. At guard, 6'4 junior from Edmond as well,
Number 2, yep, okay, I'm going to come to number 2.
at forward 6'6 senior from Oklahoma State, number 32, Jacob Williams. And coach of the Bulldogs in his third season, 16th overall, Terry Evans.
He was now live.
Keith Richardson Jr.,
Number 3,
Marcus
go ahead and
Johnson.
get over to OBU for me.
Lights have been turned out, the spotlights are on, and the introduction of the Bison just about to take place here inside the Noble Complex. OBU won 76-74 January the 16th in Weatherford. The two teams will play one other time. That is coming up on February the 13th in Weatherford, and then in the regular season finale here on February the 22nd. OBU in their victory at Southwestern set season highs with field goals attempted, three-pointers made and attempted, rebounds with 44 and fouls with 18. In the first meeting, OBU shot 43.5%, 12 of 32 from three. Southwestern 10 of 30 from beyond the arc, and 36.5% for the ball game. Bison were a season best 12 of 32 from three-point range and attempted, again, a season high 62 free throws in the victory. Harrison Stoddard last week went into the 1,000-point club, the 49th member here on Bison Hill. On Monday night, he passed Bob Hoffman for 48th place on the career scoring charts. How about this? He needs just 2 points to move into number 46, 4 points to move into number 45. In 46th place currently, Alan Aker, head coach's son, and Kyle Tolan, the current Arkansas Monticello head coach. So how about that for Stoddard tonight, needing just 4 points to surpass both. In fact, he needs just 8 to climb as high as 44th on the scoring list.
Well, I think he's going to clear that 8.
If he doesn't, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, you know, if somebody else can pick up those points elsewhere, but Harrison Stoddard definitely is a key cog for the Bison. But think about it, Todd, 12 three-pointers the last couple games. That's 36 points just from the three-point line. That gives your team such a big scoring advantage against the other teams.
Officials for tonight's game, Raymond Ships, Leslie Ewell, Chris Harrod. First half brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated, effective personal injury attorneys, all at McIntyre Law. Southwestern out of the floor, navy and white. Oklahoma Baptist in the home white and gold with just a touch of green trim. Bison to go right to left, SWOSU left to right. Damian Thornton and also Nigel Wilcox to jump center. These are two of the leading rebounders in the Great American Conference, and they'll jump it to tip it off. And here we go. Game 2 from the Noble Complex is underway on the Bison Radio Network. Wilcox and the Bison win the tap. Stoddard with it in the backcourt. Now waits for Sims, and he'll bring it across the timeline himself. Southwestern, a man-to-man defense. Jaquan Sims with it out front. Goes left wing side for Brantley Thompson. Back center circle for Quan. Stutter steps right, bounces for Wilcox down low. It's broken up, and then Thornton, with his momentum, takes him out of bounds, but a good play defensively by Damon Thornton.
Yeah, Wilcox was in position for that pass, but he didn't go to the pass. He thought he was going to get it in the breadbasket.
12 to shoot for the Bison. They'll trigger it in. Harrison Stoddard for Brantley Thompson. Harry gets it back to Brantley, right corner. Underneath the Nigel, who can't handle it. He tips it out, though. Sims pulls up to the foul line, bricks the jump shot. He missed wide left. Rebound to Jalen Williams. Here comes Southwestern, their first trip down the floor against the OBU man-to-man defense. Camden Gibson, the junior guard from Santa Fe High School in Edmond, had it picked, but they're going to call Trey Green for a reach-in foul, and that's his first. OBU playing their third straight game without their leading scorer, Jarius Hicklin, with illness. Hicklin averaging 15.2 points per ball game. Everybody is stepping up, especially young Jordan Thompson Monday night.
No doubt about it. Jordan Thompson just getting better with every single game with his youth coming in as a freshman.
Williams a high screen. Gibson drives right, hands it off on the wing. Gets it to Torian Knight. Down the paint he goes, and he lays it up and in, and Southwestern leads 2-0 with 19:02 to play here in the first half. Bulldogs with some full court pressure in the backcourt. Trey Green gets a pass down to Jaquan Sims. Sims being pressured by Torian Knight. Gets it into the offensive end left front court. They try to trap. He lobs it to Nigel out front. Wilcox with a basketball, takes 2 dribbles and hands it to Brantley. Thompson attacks left, leans from 11, back rims the jump shot. Started with a rebound, back up, and the putback is good. Harrison Stoddard ties the game at 2, and he now has moved past Jason Akers, dad Alan Aker, into the 46th career scoring chart on OBU.
Off to a good start for Harrison Stoddard. Nice rebound.
Knight knocks down a mid-range jump shot on the baseline. Torian Knight has 4-4-2 Southwestern. Bulldogs want to play this thing up and down the floor. Sims drives, had it knocked away from behind by Gibson out of bounds as Thornton went into the padding behind the backboard.
I like the defensive strategy by Terry Evans. He's going to man in the front, but he's having a full court pressure all the time, trying to take OBU shooters out of rhythm.
Jordan Thompson is in. He's coming off a great game against Southern Nazarene, and he stays hot as he knocks down the 3 for the right circle. JT 9 points on 6 of 7 free throw shooting and 3 3-pointers here Monday night. 5-4 Oklahoma Baptist. Gibson with it out front. Now they work the perimeter. Driving baseline is Thornton, and a blocking foul against Harrison Stoddard. That'll be the second foul against OBU, the first on Harrison, who finished his high school career as the second all-time leading scorer at Edmond North, coached by Terry Evans.
Yeah, and then Damian Thornton was a great player at Edmond Santa Fe that had some wars against Stoddard and Edmond North.
Wilcox against Thornton out front. Damian takes him off the dribble and misses the layup. Well, that thing was in the cylinders, and he just didn't finish. Bison with a rebound. Nigel Wilcox to Thompson, who clears into the front court. 5-4 OBU. Jordan veers left to the block, bounces at left corner. Sims penetrates high post left. Now gets top of the circle for Wilcox to Stoddard. At the top of the key, he'll flip it right wing. Sims will measure with him, and Knight down for the miss.
Yeah, Jordan Thompson comes in off the bench, hits that long 3, at least 25 feet to stretch Southwestern's defense.
Knight has all 6 for the Bulldogs as he pierces away in left angle, and it's 6-5 Southwestern. Thompson in the backcourt is in trouble, and he drives, and a blocking foul coming against Southwestern. They're going to call that on Knight. That's his first, and the first team foul against Southwestern with 17-17 to play here in the first half.
Oklahoma Baptist in a man-to-man defense, as you mentioned. Torian Knight, all 6 points, but all 6 of those points he come off a screen or rubbed off a teammate getting wide open, dribbling to the rim.
Look at this. Trace Bowling makes his debut, a 6'3 freshman from Katy, Texas. He's had foot injuries and is finally out of the boot off crutches and into the game for the first time. Thompson drives, flips it up, missed it, but he's fouled. Good sportsmanship. Thornton as he reaches down to help the point guard Jordan Thompson up off the floor. And that foul is against Kobe Austin Johnson, who just checked in.
How about the basketball IQ for the freshman Thompson? He dribbles up to the basket, was going to kick it out to Trace Bowling wide open in the left corner, but he felt the body of a Southwestern player on his back, and so instead he threw up the shot.
Jordan Thompson hits the first free throw. JT shooting better over the last 3 games during this win streak from the foul line. Man, it's good to see Trace out there. You know his heart must be racing. Second one is good. OBU back on the high side, 7-6, with 17:08 to play here in the first half. Austin Johnson with it left side, goes to James. Braylon down low to a cutter, and Braylon James got it back and missed the layup. Trace Bowling with a rebound. They really like this kid out of Katy, Texas. Bowling handles the basketball to the front court. Dances left wing, bounces it out high for Brantley Thompson. 17 to shoot. He cross-courts it for Trey Green, who's out there with an early foul. Trey to Jordan Thompson, right of a screen from Harrison Stoddard. Now Harrison pops out, fires a 3. It's off the mark, no good, straight on. Rebound to Damon Thornton. Thornton with his head on the swivel. Gets to the top of the circle. Thompson jumps out there with his face. Now it's Kobe Austin Johnson with it, slot right. The cross courted for Braylon James. Down low to Thornton. Pump fakes. Thompson blocked the shot. They're going to call a jump ball, and the possession will stay with Southwestern. But Brantley Thompson will get the block shot on Damon Thornton, and that will be Brantley's first block shot of the season.
And Damian Thornton ran the baseline, got behind, down underneath the goal, wide open, had Thompson beat. Thompson recovers and blocks the shot up, forcing the jump ball. Great play.
Bison are fifth in the conference in blocks per game at 3.1. They had 4 against Southern Nazarene here in the 15-point victory on Monday night. Thornton with it, high post right, tries to penetrate, can't, kicks it left wing. The 3 off the mark, no good, by Chris Braggs Jr., their double-figure weapon off of the bench. Bison have it, bowling into the front court. Now to Brantley Thompson and Jordan left side. Jordan Thompson cross-courts it for Bowling, gives a pump fake, drives, goes around 2 defenders, backdoor and lays it in.
I see what they're talking about. Trace Bowling, nice reverse layup with the left hand.
9-6 the score. OBU. Torian Knight will step into a 3 over Bowling. That one doesn't go. Stoddard with a rebound. Hands it off to Jordan Thompson. Good defense early by OBU, and more importantly, they're limiting the chances for the Bulldogs.
Yes, a great block out by Harrison Stoddard on Damian Thornton to secure that rebound.
Thompson with the basketball into the front court. Attacks right. Jordan goes up. Shot was blocked that time by Livingston Clare, who's out for the first time. Clare off the rejection, gets it to Thornton, who pulls up and knocks down a foul line jump shot.
Yeah.
Damon Thornton with his first.
Livingston Clare, almost 6'10". He's going to get a lot of block shots when you go in there.
2 old men out there, and Brantley Thompson and Harrison Stoddard and the young pups, a sophomore and 2 freshmen. Trace Bowling, one of those freshmen, puts up a 3 right wing. It hit the front of the rim and then goes over the backboard, out of bounds. And we'll get our first work stoppage of the half with 15:11 to play first half. Your score, Oklahoma Baptist 9, Southwestern Oklahoma State 8. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
Attorney Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. Recently, the FDA requested manufacturers withdraw ranitidine drugs commonly known as Zantac. Zantac has been found to potentially cause cancer in the bladder, colon, throat, nasal cavity, kidneys, liver, lungs, pancreas, prostate, stomach, and testicular cancer. If you have taken Zantac, you may be entitled to compensation.
Call us at 405-917-5200 or visit us online at mcintyrelaw.com. Download our new app today.
Possible to cook up the barbecue bacon burger at home? Well, that depends. Does your home have fresh chopped onions, pickles, smoked cheddar, Monterey Jack, bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and orange and white stripes with the word Whataburger emblazoned on the front of it? If so, then absolutely. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger. Possible to cook up the barbecue bacon burger at home? Well, that depends. Does your home have fresh chopped onions, pickles, smoked cheddar, Monterey Jack, bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and orange and white stripes with the word Whataburger emblazoned on the front of it? If so, then absolutely. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
Play of the first half. Bison led a moment ago by 3. They're up 1. Kobe Austin Johnson, a Hart right corner. Mason sidesteps top of the circle. Trying to get it out high to clear. It's tipped and stolen by Brantley Thompson. Now he gets it to Sims, to Brantley. He drives baseline left. Round 2 defenders, throws it away. Got himself too far to the basket. Butler has it. Up ahead to Austin Johnson, who lays it in around Jordan Thompson. And the lead is back in favor of Southwestern, 10-9.
You see how Coach Evans is pressing out on Brantley Thompson, knowing that he's hit those 6 3-pointers in the last couple games and had a good game at Southwestern. He's not letting Brantley Thompson get a shot off.
Trey Bowling doing a lot of one-on-one with Mason Hart, and he wins that battle as Hart's called for a hand check. That's his first. And the third team foul against Southwestern. Trace Bowling will check out. Harrison Stoddard will come back in. Man, they had 3 underclassmen out there at one point for Jason Akers Ball Club. Brantley Thompson, a side throw in near Terry Evans across the way to Jordan Thompson. Now to Wilcox. He swings it left to Sims, to Brantley. Thompson with the basketball, takes a dribble to Jordan Thompson right side. Feeds it to Nigel, working against Braggs Jr. with a baseline and an offensive foul. There was contact, but I think Braggs did a little bit of an acting job too, and the whistle was about a half second late.
As an Academy Award and is very late. because the lead official knew that Braggs took a flop, but then he was replaying in mind and he changed his mind, had that late whistle.
Southwestern by a point with the basketball. Almost 6 minutes gone here in the first half. Kobe Austin Johnson, a redshirt junior out of Tulsa, played at NOC Takawa down the paint, kicks a pass to Hurt for 3 right quarter. That one go. Clear with a rebound, pivots, goes back up, missed it, and Stoddard has the rebound. Harrison over 500 retrievals in his career here at Bison Hill. Jordan Thompson, yo-yo dribbles, looking for some room. And we get a whistle. Holding foul called against Austin Johnson. That's his second. That was away for the basketball, and it's the 4th against the Dogs.
Terry Evans talking to the trail official. He's wanting like a carry on Jordan Thompson, but he's just saying, hey, coach, that ain't it.
Austin Johnson will check in along with Mason Hart. Returning is Braylon James for Southwestern and Camden Gibson. Thompson will inbound the basketball. Sims finally finds some separation away from James. Shot clock at 15. Sims spins, angles right, pulls up in front of Terry Evans. Now to Brantley Thompson, right wing with the left hand. He drives in, feeds it down Little Wilcox. He was going to rip the rim off, but the shot was tipped by Livingston Clear. Into the front court with it is Thornton. Southwestern leads by a point, 10-9 here at the Noble Complex, where OBU is 3-2 against the Bulldogs. And down low, pushing and shoving, as Damon Thornton was dribbling around right wing, and they're going to call the foul on Trey Green, and that's bad. That's his second.
Yeah, that's one guy you want to see OBU get going is Trey Green to contribute. Hit a big three-pointer from the right wing in the last home game.
Southwestern will inbound. Gibson triggers it to James, to Thornton, elbow right. He hesitates and then knocks down a right elbow jump shot. He's got 4. Southwestern has scored 4 in a row, and they now lead at 12-9. Jaquan Sims into the front court to Stoddard near the center circle logo to Brantley on a handoff. He'll fire a 3. Misses that one long. Nigel Wilcox tips the rebound. Clear has it for Southeastern. Up ahead, it's James. He gets it to Braggs Jr. The lob was offline. He couldn't tip it in. Southwestern with the rebound. It's poked free from behind. Bodies on the floor. And let's see if OBU has it or they're going to call a jump ball. Either way, it should be Bison basketball.
They called jump.
I didn't know if the Bison had gotten it and then right in front of the bench got the timeout called or if it was just a jump ball, and that's what it was.
You know, I was watching Jason Aker, and he never gave the timeout sign. And of course, you can't see what he's saying with the mask on, but there's no timeout called.
12-9 Southwestern. OBU on a scoreless drought of 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Stoddard will inbound in the backcourt. To Jaquan Sims with the left hand. Beats the pressure. Dances left side. Stoddard pops out. Right side to Nigel Wilcox. Nigel with the basketball to Quan, right wing. Sims drives underneath the basket. Kicks it left corner. Thompson will trigger a 3 splash. Brantley Thompson, no hesitation. Ties the game at 12 at his first 3-pointer.
Jaquan Sims from the right side dribbles up the right baseline. The zone kind of falls back in, so Sims just throws it right out to Thompson, wide open left corner.
156th career 3-ball for Brantley Thompson, who now has his first points of the night. 12-12 our score. Attacking right is James. Gets it to Thornton. Follow a jump shot good for the foul line.
That's 2 fall-away jumpers by Thornton. Nice soft touch, just swishing the last 2 times.
14-12 Southwestern, 12-10 to play first half. Stoddard swings it right side to Nigel Wilcox. They don't even guard him from beyond the perimeter. Sims to Brantley Thompson. Thompson crosses over, works into the paint, leans, and back rims the jump shot. Follows his own miss and tips it in.
How about the body control by Brantley Thompson? Misses, and then he's still in the air, reaches over the left side and throws it off the window. 14
apiece. OBU's gone to his zone defense now. Out front with it is Jalen Williams. He'll hand it off to Gibson, who cross-courts it for James. Braylon with it left side, guarded by Jaquan Sims. Now he one-hands a cross-court pass for Camden Gibson. Moves left, straight on 3, and he banked it in. Camden Gibson with the bank open late tonight here at Shawnee, breaks a 14-14 tie.
I was going to say, there's no way he called bank on that. That was downtown and real high off the stripe.
Southwestern had missed their first 3 from long distance. Before that make, Stoddard on the feet from Sims with a 2-handed flush at the other end.
Again, Jaquan Sims with the penetration, pulls the defense to him. Easy bounce pass to Stoddard.
17-16 our score, and an offensive foul out high. Jalen Williams called for a moving screen, and that is his first of the team's 5th team foul, and that also will be turnover number 3 for SWOSU, and OBU will have it, a chance to retake the lead on the backside of the media timeout. 11:08 to play, first half from Shawnee. It's Southwestern 17, Oklahoma Baptist 16. This is Bison Basketball on the Bison Radio Network.
And for more, buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together, you and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
On the latest in OBU Sports by following us on Twitter and Instagram at OBU_athletics and on Facebook at Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics. Do so to keep up with all things OBU. Bison basketball after they forced the 3rd turnover against Southwestern. Points off turnovers 3-2 Bison. Southwestern with a 2-2-1 3-quarter court trap. Bison easily into the front court. Brantley Thompson pivots with it between the circles. Now to Jaquan Sims with 16 to shoot for the Bison. Sims whips it left. Trey Green to Stoddard for 3. Missed it quarter left. Nigel Wilcox with the rebound. Goes back up. Lays it in and he's fouled. I know what Livingston Clear is thinking. Where did that guy come from? And I'm saying the same thing because once more he came flying out of nowhere.
You know, I was watching Nigel Wilcox on purpose because previously wasn't in the game when Harry took the 3 and no rebounding for OBU, but he was there. He hopped right in front of Clear at the last second on the inside of the right block.
Clear with the foul, his first. Free throws missed. Stoddard with the rebound, kicks it out to Sims for 3. No. Rebound tipped by Wilcox off the window, and finally Thornton has it for Southwestern. OBU by a point, 18-17. And that could have been a really productive trip to the floor. James straight on, long on the 3-point attempt at Karams to Brantley Thompson. Thompson already with his 2nd rebound. Stoddard with 3 of the team leaders in that category here early on. Wilcox hands it off out front. Sims is pinched off to Stoddard left wing to Brantley. Drives, goes all the way to the goal, finger rolls it up left-handed and missed it. Knight with a rebound for Southwestern. Bison lead by a point over the Bulldogs. Knight, a between-the-leg dribble, backs it out, fires a 3, no good. Stoddard had his hand on the rebound. It was poked away, but he runs it down.
That was a great job by Stoddard because he didn't have the body position just to go into the Southwestern player. He kind of tipped it back towards the corner where he could corral it himself.
Sims to Stoddard, right wing to Brantley Thompson, quarter. Harrison to Brantley against the man defense. Now Thompson is cut off foul line left, back to Harrison, slides through 2 defenders. There was contact, no whistle. He missed everything. Southwestern with the rebound, and then they throw it away. Thompson with the interception at midcourt. Spins left low post, and Brantley's going to be calling for an offensive foul. That's his first.
Yeah, it looked like Brantley stuck his backside right into the stomach of the defender.
Here comes Trace Bowling back into the ball game, making his collegiate debut tonight. Brantley Thompson with well-deserved rest over there on the bench. 5 points, 2 assists, a block, and 2 rebounds in 10 minutes thus far for Brantley Thompson.
Here comes Justin 10. I really liked his production last week, or Thursday night.
Justin 10, 7 points in 8.5 minutes, 2 rebounds, and he was 3 of 3 shooting. Jordan Thompson comes back in as well. In case you didn't hear that story, he was in quarantine, isolated by himself for 47 days. Thornton gets a bounce pass down low, and Stoddard blocks the shot. Harrison approaching the top 5 in that category in career blocks in the Great American Conference. His first rejection of the night. Jordan Thompson guarded between the circles by Kobe Austin Johnson. Bounces left circle for Stoddard, who cross-courts it for Bowling. Down low to 10, backing down, muscles up, missed it, and then Clear with a good defensive rebounding position. To Thornton up ahead to Kobe Austin Johnson. He looks for a screen. Now they roll the screen with Thornton. On him is 10. Thornton takes him off the dribble, scoops it up, misses the layup. Southwestern crashes for the rebounds. It's tipped back inbound. And Thompson has it for OBU up the left sideline. Oklahoma Baptist by a point. Stoddard will try to add on, and he does as he knocks down the three.
Wow. Harrison Stoddard rebounding, blocking shots, hitting three-pointers all around game tonight.
Harrison 3 of 6 shooting, now 1 of 3 from three-point range. At the other end, Butler answers as he sticks that one for the left quarter. Kylon Butler with the triple. He had 16 and 3 assists against OBU earlier this month. Lead down to 1, 21-20 Bison. Stoddard with the basketball. The leading scorer on the floor for OBU was 7. Trace Bowling angles through the top of the circle, picks his dribble up, bounces it to Thompson. Thompson guarded out there by Kylon Butler. Throws up a floater. He missed it, but he draws the foul. And Butler being very demonstrative with the official there. Better be careful. As JT, who already has been to the line once tonight, made both free throws, will go back there for 2 more.
Now, if you watch Terry Evans at UCO, if you watched him in high school, Eben North, wherever he goes, all his players are aggressive and strong all the time, pulling the rebounds down strong, being tough and physical with you when you have the basketball.
Thompson clean of the first free throw. And now Jaquan Sims will check out. Brantley Thompson will come back in. Clear and Thornton are going to the bench. Williams comes back in along with Chris Braggs Jr. for the Bulldogs. 22-20 with 8:06 to play here in the first half, and there's been very little separation between these two here in the first 12 minutes of play. JT's second free throw in and out, and off the miss, Jalen Williams has it for Southwestern. Bison are 3 of 5 for the foul line. They came in 6th in the league at just under 70% free throw shooting. Kobe Austin Johnson, jump passes right quarter. Braggs Jr. drives, leans in against Jordan Thompson. The shot off the window wouldn't go. Chris gets it back, gets 2 defenders of the year, and draws the foul. Let's hope it's just on 10 and not on Harrison Stoddard. And it is on 10 because that would have been the second on 20, Stoddard.
Good job by the freshman guard, Jordan Thompson, inside the right block. Big Chris Braggs Jr. just moling right in through, but Thompson just holding his ground with his hands up and caused the miss.
Timeout on the floor. Bison basketball brought to you by the bank for every season. First National Bank and Trust Company, your bank for life. Back in a moment. Bison leads Southwestern by 2. Late first half of the Bison.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of combined litigation experience fighting for Oklahomans injured as a result of a semi-crash. These crashes are traumatic and in most cases cause catastrophic injuries and even death. Our most recent trial involved a fatal semi-truck crash, resulting in a $4.25 million verdict for our client. If you have been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us. The consultation is free.
We love what we do and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Out of the break, Chris Braggs throw line this season. He's 25 of 41. Neither team shooting particularly well. The Bulldogs have forced OBU into 8 of 22 shooting. Southwestern 41% for the ball game. Braggs Jr.'s first free throw is too strong. Quickly, let us pause for station identification. This is Oklahoma Baptist basketball with the OBU Radio Network. Chris Braggs splits the difference. He rattles the second free throw home. His first point started up across the way by Kylon Butler. Shoots it to Stoddard, now to Bowling. Drives foul line left, gets it to Wilcox. Kicks it out to Thompson. His three was blocked that time by Torion Knight. Southwestern with a rebound. It's a 1-point OBU game. Braggs gets a bounce pass, muscles up, overshot the entire rim. Good defense by Stoddard. Brantley the rebound, bounces it up to JT. Drives underneath the basket to Bowling for three. Switch, he got it in the right quarter. Trey Bowling with 5 in his debut tonight. With 7:10 to play in the first half, Bison lead it by 4.
Work of art on that transition. Great rebound from Thompson coming from up top to pull that down. Quick outlet pass to Thompson. Thompson goes all the way, kicks it out for the 3.
Butler gets a kick. His wide open corner three, no good. Austin Johnson with the rebound, back to Butler. That one almost airballed as it barely hit the front of the rim. Nigel Wilcox with the rebound. Bison had the biggest lead of the night of 4, 25-21, with 6:41 to play here before halftime. Thompson being ridden to the front court by Austin Johnson. Cross courts it for Bowling for three. Bang! He got another one. Holy Toledo! Trace Bowling with 8, and he is lighting up the night on 3 of 4 shooting and a timeout. Southwestern 28-21 with 6:56 to play here in the first half.
Wow, Trace Bowling, where did he come from? It looks like he's in mid-season form, and this is the first time he's stepped on the court all year.
It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here and remind you that SSM Health St. Anthony Hospital Shawnee has a game plan to keep you healthy. Visit ssmhealth.com today. Bison basketball brought to you by P&K Equipment, where they invite you to stop by any of their 18 locations and see why around these parts John Deere starts with P&K. Trace Bowling, I've enjoyed visiting with him when I've been to the gym or seen him before a ball game. Delightful young man, and he is delighting the Bison faithful with 8 points in 6 minutes off the bench. 2 of 3 from 3 and 3 of 4 shooting.
And that 2-point field goal, Todd, he's right-handed. He dribbles from the right side of the lane, up double pump, moves the ball from his underneath reverse layup.
Time back in. Southwestern with it. Camden Gibson being harassed out front. Harrison Stoddard guarding the basketball with Jalen Williams. Williams looks on the right wing side, now starts the dribble, 12 to shoot, backs it out, fires the three over Stoddard, and he got it. That's a nice shot by Jalen Williams, because Harrison, with that long wingspan, was able to contest it.
I said in pregame, Todd, that these guys, those post players, everybody on the floor can expand the floor and shoot threes all the way out.
Sims with it, doubled left of the paint to Stoddard, top of the circle against Williams. Harrison pivots, now to Brantley Thompson. Thompson covered up there by James, cross courts it. JT's three is short, but Thompson follows his rebound. Gets it to Sims for three. That one won't go, and it's out of bounds. Southwestern crashed to the top of the Bulldogs.
Akers inbound play. He's going to run the line. We'll see the delay, see who's going to come in late.
Thompson will inbound, lobs it to Stoddard, top of the circle to Brantley, who makes a backdoor cut. He tips it to Quan. It was offline. He saves it inbounds to Brantley, who knocks down the three. I don't know if that's the way it was designed, partner, but it worked.
No, it wasn't. It was for Thompson underneath on the cut, as you mentioned, but wow, fall away three.
Thornton around Wilcox, and Nigel was on his hip and commits the foul. Wilcox has picked up his second. So 2 starters, and Nigel Wilcox and Trey Green with 2 fouls. Both teams over the 7-foul limit. This will be 2 shots, though, for the junior Damon Thornton.
When Thornton gets the ball that low, it's really hard and difficult to defend him. Wilcox did enough. He got the foul, maybe a tip of the ball, just so he didn't get the 3-point play.
First free throw is up, and it's good. Southwestern 2 of 3 with that make from the foul line of the first meeting. Bulldogs were what were they from the free throw line? They were 18 of 24. OBU was 10 of 16. SWASU in the road win Monday night, 13 of 17 at Northwestern. Second Thornton free throw is up, and that one is good. So Thornton now has 8 points, and the lead is back down to 5 at 31-26. Jordan Thompson to Jaquan Sims. Jaquan bounces it across the floor to Jordan Thompson. Whips it up ahead right side for Trey Green. He'll bounce it right low post for Thompson. Brantley trying to cross court it. It's tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with OBU as Torian Knight was the one that got a finger on it.
A lot of defensive touches for the Bulldogs, even though OBU is very crisp in their offense.
Jordan Thompson, left wing, 10 to shoot. Stoddard pops out top of the circle against Livingston Clear. Back to Jordan Thompson against Gibson. Goes to Brantley, left baseline, working against Thornton, backs it out, and he made the shot, but I think they're going to call a travel. I did not see that at all.
Brantley Thompson took the defense inside, then off the dribble, did a jump stop backwards, fall away, nice 18-footer. That wasn't a walk.
So instead of a 2-point basket, it's the 4th turnover for the Bison. Gibson angles left. Is cut out by Jordan Thompson. Pitches left corner for Brantley. It's deep, bounces for Thornton, and he flushes it home. Damon Thornton now with 10. He's got the last 4 for Southwestern. They've closed to within 3 after trailing by 7. And at the other end, a foul called against Gibson, and that's going to send.
You called it. James got in too deep. So all the guards had to collapse, and the backside defense came to help on James, and then Thornton up the right baseline snuck in from behind.
Jordan Thompson at the line looking for his 7th point. He had 11 at Southwestern. He hits the first free throw. One area the Bison have gotten a lot better in, and Jason Akers said this during the unexpected week off. He said, hey, we got to get back to basketball and fix these turnovers, and he has. Bison only have turned it over 4 times here in the first half. Second one by Thompson is good. They averaged 14.4 turns per ball game, but at one point it was up close to 17.
But I'll tell you this.
Right, 4:40 to play, first half. Bison get the lead back to 5 at 33-28. Knight down the paint, throws up a little teardrop floater. He missed it. It's circled out. 10 with a rebound to Jaquan Sims. Sims speeds into the front court. Now veers left, top of the key. Right side with it is Jordan Thompson. He's covered up by Brady. Low post. 10 is going to be called for a push.
He just had his arms straight sideways. It didn't look like he pushed backwards to me. And Justin 10 had a very strong rebound on the defensive end. I'm really liking the flow of the game when Justin 10 is in.
You know, I'm still back to Justin 10 of those days of quarantine. Can you imagine? I mean, he's from Senegal.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't his first year in the States, but you are in a completely different country, isolated for a month and a half. I just cannot imagine.
Yeah.
10 picks up his second, 8-team foul against OBU. Southwestern with the basketball down 5, 33-28. Braylon James spins, trying to lob it down low. Brantley Thompson deflected the pass away from Thornton. Brantley with the left hand into the front court. Thompson with the basketball. 4 minutes to play first half. Trey Green pops out, handles the pass back to Brantley. Thompson to Quan, right side. He drives against James, throws up a high arching runner. It wouldn't go. Rebound tipped by Western. Up the left sideline, Braylon James probes his way left circle. Crosses over, got around Sims, and the layup is good. Well, he used that crossover dribble, and that was it for Sims.
Yeah, crossover dribble, then a delayed dribble, kind of let the defense go by, then laid it softly off the glass with the left hand.
James with his first basket. It's a three-point game again, 33-30. Thompson to Brantley Thompson for 3. It's short. Rebound Kerams to Sims, right quarter, down to Trey Green. He'll put up a 3. Bang! He got it. We said it the other night. He didn't look to shoot a lot. That's his 13th 3, but he's over 50% now. 7 of 13 from beyond the arc.
That's a big shot by Trey Green as Southwestern inch back within 3 points there.
Down the paint. Nice runner by Torian Knight, who has 8. That's his 4th basket. Knight tonight is now 4 of 7 shooting, so he's had a good offensive game. 2:56 to play first half. The Bison advantage is 4, 36-32. Jordan Thompson between the circles gets a screen right from Green to Brantley Thompson, 15-footer, and he got it on the baseline.
Well, Thompson, he's just shooting right off the top of his jump, and that's another one of those shots coming from moving left when he's right-handed and making that shot.
Brantley 14+ his last 2 games, 17-1 during the winning streak, and he now has 10. Clear with it, right circle, holds it above his head. Bison lead it again by 6. Cutting backdoor, Braggs, they find him, he lays it up, and it's in, and he's fouled.
Nice call by Terry Evans. Get the ball just out to the right elbow to Thornton. Back cut by Braggs on the right baseline. Perfect pass on time and 1.
Trey Green has just now picked up his 3rd as we go to break. 2:29 to play here in the first half. It's Oklahoma Baptist 38, Southwestern 34. And we'll keep it right here and remind you that this year Tinker Federal Credit Union is celebrating 75 years of TFCU and you, helping members achieve their goals and realize their dreams since 1946. Show your OBU spirit and rep Carib with officially licensed Bison apparel from shopobubison.com. Shopobubison.com is the official online store of Oklahoma Baptist Athletics and the only place online to buy OBU apparel, accessories, gifts, and more with purchases benefiting Bison Athletics. First half numbers, 41% field goal shooting OBU, 45% Southwestern. OBU has allowed just 1 team in conference play, that was Southeastern here, in the conference opener to shoot better than 40% against their defense. Southeastern shot just under 43, Southwestern tonight over 45. 2 teams, and this Southwestern team scares me as much as anybody in the conference. They're talented, they're physical, they defend better, and boy, do they have some guys that can put it in the hoop.
and they've got their foot on the gas 100% of the time. There's no relaxing on offense. They're in your face. There's no relaxing on defense. Southwestern is always pushing the ball up the floor. You got all these back cuts. Thornton is so good inside. Like you said, they can put the ball in the hoop, too.
Braggs Jr., who split a pair of free throws a moment ago, will go there for the one. He's got first half of action of the Bison Network, brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. Braggs Jr., free throw is up and it's good, so he all of a sudden has 4 points, and the lead has been reduced to one possession at 38-35. Thompson will inbound to Jordan Thompson. It's batted back and almost stopped Brantley Thompson on the baseline.
Yeah, Braggs went over and double-teamed Jordan Thompson, made it a tough reception. Kind of a key spot for Brantley Thompson.
Now is going to inbound. Brantley will be one of those they'll inbound to in the backcourt. Trace shoots a midcourt pass to the timeline for Jordan Thompson. It's a pair of freshmen against the pressure. Jordan Thompson from the right to left side. Now spins, Stoddard sets a screen. Jordan moves left to Harrison. He pump fakes, drives in, throws up a little floater, and hit it out. Back in. Harrison slams the rebound down on the floor. It's still free. Stoddard dives, keeps it alive. To Jordan Thompson, who goes into the paint, and he's fouled.
That was like a truck. Chris Braggs Jr. just absolutely drilled Jordan Thompson there.
Braggs Jr. with his first personal, team foul 9 against SWOSU. So both teams going forward after this free throw attempt will be into the double bonus.
I had to react a little bit there because Jordan Thompson's head, like whiplash to the left, he got hit so hard and sudden there.
Jordan may feel that in the morning.
Yeah.
But again, most encounters with Chris Braggs probably do end up with the other guy feeling sore the next morning.
And I think Jordan Thompson's given up at least 60 pounds to Braggs.
At least. First free throw. Nailed. So Thompson already has 9 points, 6 from the free throw line. Thompson of the ball game is just 1 of 3 shooting. He's now 6 of 7 from the line and has a team high 4 assists. Tied with Jaquan Sims for the lead in that category tonight. Second one is up and he hit it cleanly. Bison are 0 of 1 for the line with the exception of Jordan Thompson. And Thompson has hit 7 of 8. Lead goes back to 40-35. Thornton fires a jumper right angle and knocks it down. This guy just scores in his sleep. He's got a dozen.
That's his money spot, just outside the right elbow. He's got 3 fall-away jumpers right there.
40-37. Jordan Thompson with a bullet past the length of the floor. I don't know who he was throwing to, and it's out of bounds. If you're going to make that mistake, for crying out loud, don't do it in front of Jason Aker on the bench. Although, look at this. Coach Aker's sitting down now.
Sitting down with his hand. He's not really talking, didn't yell or anything, just relaxed.
He may still be exhausted from his effort the other night against Southern Alabama. Trip to Cracker Barrel went when they ordered everything off the menu. He said that's what they were going to do on Tuesday.
And he never told us what time they're going there where we could come to Shawnee and meet them, yeah.
Well, it's nice of him. 40-37, 1:28 to play before halftime. Second free throw up, and that one is good, so Knight gets 1 of 2. Yeah, it's a 2-point game. Jordan Thompson gets the inbounds pass from Jaquan Sims. He's working against Camden Gibson. Jordan Thompson bounces it before the double team comes to Sims, to Brantley Thompson. To Stoddard, court it right, drives in at a blocking foul. And Harrison threw that up with really no hope it was going to go in, but he knew he was going to get the whistle.
Chris Braggs came down there with the dump truck move again and hard on Stoddard that time.
Second foul against the former Putnam City North Panther out of Oklahoma City, Chris Braggs Jr. So Stoddard will go to the free throw line. Harrison continues to be amongst the best in the conference in free throw percentage. Number 3, in fact, at the start of play tonight. And he hit Brantley Thompson playing in game number 97, start number 82. Harrison Stoddard, game number 97, start number 76. Harrison hits both. That's a lot of battle scars between these two young men.
Oh, yeah. And old Harrison just took that hit right there, went to the free throw line.
Right side, Torian Knight turns right. Thornton right now doing the lion's share of the work for Southwestern. It's a 2-point game, 42-40. 50 seconds to play in the half. Jordan Thompson left of the screen. Now they started off, put him on the baseline. Jordan backs it out. Sims with it to Bowling right quarter. He one-hands it across the floor to JT. Down to Brantley, foul line right. Gives a pump fake, loops it to Bowling. Now he pump fakes, moves right, three, in and out, and there for the rebound is Livingston clear. Difference of 6 on the shot and game clock, so the Bulldogs cannot completely wind it down with 25 seconds to play before intermission. Southwestern, who's trailed by as many as 7, could take the lead with a 3 of this possession. It's 42-40. Under 20 seconds to play in the half. Gibson slides left. Now it goes to Thornton, right wing against Thompson. 6 to shoot. Thornton crosses over. Now crosses right, drives baseline, pulls up and missed the jump shot. Started with a rebound, 5 seconds to play in the half. He puts it on the floor, gets a deflected pass to Sims, who loses it. It's picked up by Clear, who will fire just inside the midcourt stripe. And that's the way the half ends. OBU by 2 at halftime. They trailed by 1 in the previous meeting at the break against SWOSU, but came back to win. At halftime, OBU 42, Southwestern 40. The first half has been brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. The halftime show is coming up next from Shawnee. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU.
Trade in for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests and our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's halftime promotion. We've got Jay and Luke here. They're going to be doing our Chick-fil-A dress and dash. As you can see, Jay is going to need to dress a little bit more than everybody else. He has no socks on, but that's fine. We can make that work, okay? What they are going to do is they're going to start at one end of the court and they're going to make their way down. As they go, they're going to put on articles of clothing like a Chick-fil-A polo. Then they'll put on these shoes and they got to put on the Chick-fil-A cow hat, grab the basketball, and head back down the court. They have to keep all those things on them. The first person to score wins a Chick-fil-A prize pack. All right, Jay, Luke, y'all ready to do this? Yes, sir. All right, y'all head to the blocks down there, okay, and we'll get started. All right, guys, are you ready? Fans, are you ready? I'm going to assume you are. Set, go. Here we go, here we go. Oh, no, barefooted, caught the shirt. That's okay. We're moving. Pretty close race right now. Pretty close race. Jay is putting on the shoes a little quicker than, oh no, now we got Luke's off. Luke's ahead. Don't break the cow hat. Don't break it. That fits him perfectly. Fits him perfectly. It's looking like Luke is going to take it, but you can't guarantee anything. He's got to make the shot. And he does. It's a close one though. Good job. Good job, Luke. Nicely done. That's it, guys. That's it. Luke is our winner, folks. He's going home with the Chick-fil-A prize pack. And we've got Jay, who's going to go home with an OBU prize pack. But thank y'all for being out here. Appreciate you guys.
Let me tell you a story. A story about a woman who walks miles to carry undrinkable water to her family. Let me tell you about the water. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink after a hurricane. I'll tell you about people, millions of people, who find themselves in a strange land far, far away. And I'll tell you a story about a farmer whose family and finances are being starved by drought. And how, on the other side of the world, there is a family starving for nutrients in a food desert. I'll tell you the tale of a trafficked teenager waiting to be assaulted again tonight, and again, and again. And how once upon a time, there was a child who would go to sleep without a bedtime story because that child didn't have someone to read them a bedtime story. It wasn't just once upon a time. It was hundreds of thousands and even millions upon a time. But that's not where the story has to end. Together, as Southern Baptists, we can rewrite the story. Together, we can become an unstoppable force of hope. Together, we can respond. Together, we can meet needs across the globe. Together, we can change lives in our own communities. Together, we are Send Relief.
Brought to you by the Hudeberg Auto Group. Visit Hudeberg.com to browse their selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. Here at the break in the men's game, Oklahoma Baptist holds a narrow 42-40 lead on SWOSU. Last Saturday at Weatherford, or 2 Saturdays ago at Weatherford, Oklahoma Baptist hung on to a 76-74 victory. Individually for Southwestern, Jalen Williams 1 for 1 from the field. That was a three-pointer. He has 3 points. Camden Gibson 1 for 1 from the field. That was a three-pointer, 3 points. Braylon James 1 for 3 from the floor, 0 for 1 from downtown. He has a deuce. Torian Knight, very active off the dribble, scored the first 6 points for the Bulldogs off the dribble to the rack against OBU's man-to-man defense. He's 1 for 3. No, he's 5 for 8 from the field, missed both his three-pointers, 1 for 2 from the line, has 11 points. Joining him in double figures is Damon Thornton. He has 12 points. He's 5 of 10, 50%. Hit 3 shots just outside the right elbow, 2 of them nice fall-away jumpers, soft touch. He has 12 points, 2 shots made from the free throw line. Thornton also very active on the glass. Leads Southwestern with 5 rebounds, along with the 6'10" Livingston Clear. Clear's 0 for 1 from the field, no points. Kobe Austin Johnson 1 for 1 from the field for a deuce. And Chris Braggs Jr., very physical, couple hard fouls. One on Jordan Thompson, knocked him down the lane, and knocked Harrison Stoddard down on the baseline out of bounds. But very physical for Chris Braggs Jr. He's 1 for 5 from the field. Missed his only 3-point attempt, 2 for 3 from the line for 4 points. Kylon Butler rounds out the scoring for Southwestern. He's 1 for 3 from the field. That was a shot from beyond the arc, 3 points. For Oklahoma Baptist, Nigel Wilcox elevating again in the contest, getting up high for 3 total rebounds. He has 2 points, 1 for 2 from the field. Harrison Stoddard 3 for 7 from the floor, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He has 9 points. Jaquan Sims 0 for 5, missed all his 3-pointers. That was 3 of them, 0 points. Brantley Thompson and Jordan Thompson both lead Oklahoma Baptist with 10 points. 4 of 10 for Brantley, 2 for 5 downtown. Jordan has 1 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from downtown, and 7 of 8 from the charity stripe for his 10 points. Jaquan Sims did not score, but he does have 4 assists. 4 assists also for Jordan Thompson. Leading the rebounds for OBU is Harrison Stoddard with 7. He also has a big block shot. Trace Bowling, first time playing this whole season, 3 for 5 from the field, acrobatic, reverse layup with the left hand. He's right-handed. He's also 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from downtown. He has 8 points to round out the 42 points for OBU. OBU leads SWOSU 42-40 at the Hudeberg halftime report. Today's halftime show is brought to you by the Hudeberg Auto Group. Visit Hudeberg.com to browse their selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU radio. Oklahoma Baptist University basketball on the Bison Radio Network here inside the Noble Complex on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University. The Bison of OBU lead by a narrow margin, 42-40 over the Bulldogs of Southwestern. The biggest lead of the game for Southwestern's been 3. That came at the 13:29 mark. OBU's led by as many as 7 with 6:46 to go before the break. The best scoring run, SWOSU had 6 at the 13:29 mark. At the 8:42 mark, OBU had its other 7 best scoring run, 7 points. Lead has changed 5 times. The game has been tied 4 times. Time with the lead, Oklahoma Baptist leads 13 minutes and 58 seconds to 4 minutes 12. Points from turnovers are even at 5. Points in the paint, Southwestern holds a 16-10 advantage. Second chance points, OBU has a commanding advantage at 14-1. Offensive rebounds for Oklahoma Baptist, Stoddard has 3, Wilcox 1, Sims 1, Brantley Thompson 1, and Jordan Thompson 1. Fast break points, OBU 8-6, bench points 18-9 in favor of the good guys. Shooting by period in the first half, 16 for 34 for the Bulldogs, 47%, 3 for 10 from downtown, 30%, 5 of 7 from the charity stripe at 71%. For the Bison, 13 for 34 at 38.2%, 7 of 18 from beyond the arc for Oklahoma Baptist, 38.9%, and 9 of 11 from the free throw line, as OBU has translated that in to a narrow 42-40 advantage. Assists for Southwestern, 4 for Braylon James, 3 for Damian Thornton. Oklahoma Baptist, Jaquan Sims and Jordan Thompson have 4 each, and then Brantley Thompson has 3 steals for the Bison, as the Bison lead by a deuce. Today's halftime show is brought to you by the Hudeberg Auto Group. Visit Hudeberg.com to browse their selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network. Hudeberg Halftime Show is brought to you by the Hudeberg Auto Group. Visit Hudeberg.com to browse their selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. Here at halftime in Shawnee, Oklahoma Baptist 42, Southwestern 40. Big play by Justin Tin coming in off the bench. He does not have any points in the contest, but 2 huge rebounds off the bench when Southwestern was making their biggest move of the game with a 6-0 scoring run. 10 with the long arms, reaching up, grabbing the ball, being strong with the basketball, keeping it live, keeping it away from the Bulldogs. Trey Green also with a huge three-pointer. When Southwestern got within 3 points, he extended the lead back to 6, squaring up for a nice three-pointer. Harrison Stoddard with 9 points in the game and 7 total rebounds. We'll be back with Todd Miller with the voice of the Bison for the second half. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio.
Southwestern basketball to start the second half, and my goodness, one dog, you are good. OBU leads it by 2, 42-40. Underway in the final half. Williams gets it down low, and the shot is blocked by Harrison Stoddard on a leaner from Braylon James. OBU preserves a 2-point lead with the basketball. Bites and goes from left to right here with the final half of play. Trey Green out there with 3 first-half fouls. Works slot right to Harrison Stoddard. Angles to the wing. Now finds a backdoor cutting Brantley Thompson, and the bounce pass is online, and he lays it in.
OBU fighting aggressiveness with aggressiveness. Southwestern attacking the basket. Harrison Stoddard having nothing of it with that left hand swatting his second shot of the game.
44-40 OBU. Wing right in the front court is Torian Knight. And down low we get a foul. And let's see who they're looking at. I think they're looking
Thompson
at Brantley Thompson, and that's going to be his second. 19:21 to go. Oklahoma Baptist 44, SWOSU 40. These two could see each other as many as 3 more times this year.
Brantley Thompson given the task of the fighting against Thornton inside.
Knight comes to a jump stop, kicks it left corner. James drives, bounces it again back to Knight, who throws up a runner, missed it from 11. That was a tough shot, and Harrison Stoddard with a rebound.
I was going to say, that's a shot that OBU wants Torian Knight to shoot, is that runner, that one-hander, instead of going to the rack so much as he does.
SWOSU's missed their first 2 to start the second half. OBU a minute 10 in the second half, leads by 4. Stoddard tried to add to that, can't, as he rolls a 3 off right circle. Down for the window is Braylon James, bounces it up ahead for Knight, and he overshot the basket on a layup, but for the miss and puts it back on Knight with a huge basket, and give him credit for staying with what looked to be a buddy to begin with.
Yeah, Torian's laughing. I think he got some jeers from his teammates off the bench when he went by.
Jaquan Sims against the man-to-man pressure to Brantley Thompson out front. Nigel Wilcox sets a screen. Sims is covered up, foul line left. Cross courts it to Green. He drives out front to Thompson. Shimmy shakes, pulls up from 15, missed it. Stoddard's left hit. A tip won't go, and then Wilcox finally gets it home on the third opportunity, and the Bison lead at 46-42.
What play by the Bison post player. Stoddard was the first tip it, then the second tip that was the score was Wilcox.
Gibson with the basketball ahead at the nail. Pulls up, foul line left. Right side for Torian Knight. A behind-the-back dribble. Now resets with Trey Green on him. Knight takes him off the dribble, goes backdoor and lays it in.
Now that's what the Bison don't want, and that's why Jason Aker took that timeout. You cannot allow Torian Knight off the dribble to just lay it off the glass.
You can't, but Trey has to be somewhat careful too because he has 3 fouls. 17:44 to play in the second half. It's 46-44. And I'll tell you, we haven't seen Northwestern yet, and it's not fair to judge the Rangers because they've hardly played a conference game. But from what I've seen, and we've seen everybody else in the league, these are the 2 best, in my opinion, in the Western Division.
I think you're exactly correct, and I think even the Rangers, though they're talented, they're going to be a step behind these teams that are playing all these
for
games
quite some time.
And being in these wars. I'm telling you, these teams are battle-tested. East Central, Southern Nazarene, Southwestern, Oklahoma Baptist.
Speaking of East Central, we'll see the Tigers at 3 and 5 Saturday afternoon at the Kerr Activity Center at Ada. 2:45 will be the pregame start along the Bison Radio Network. Next Thursday, it's a trip to Alva and then back home a week from Saturday for Southeastern as we start the third go-around of the Great American Conference Western Division slate. February 13th in Weatherford, and then 9 days later, the regular season finale between these two right back here at the Noble Complex.
And then look for a talented Southeastern team to make its step forward when Kellen Manick comes back.
They originally scheduled a 30-second timeout. They rolled it to a 60, so that's why we're keeping it here. We will tell you that the second half of Bison basketball is brought to you by Sin Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world around, because when help and hope combine, lives are changed. Trey Green, Harrison Stoddard, Brantley Thompson, Nigel Wilcox are out there on the floor along with Jaquan Sims, so it's the same 5 out of the break. Green will inbound to Nigel underneath the SWOSU bucket, and he hands it back to Trey. He'll cross-courted for Sims. Jaquan beats the 10-second count. Now his trap left side, steps through the double team. Gets it to Green and a cross-court pass to Nigel. To Trey cutting to the basket. That's Brantley, and he misses the layup. SWOSU with a rebound. Damon Thornton down the floor. Kicks it right side. Gibson drives into a double team. Back to Thornton. Foul line extended right to a cutting James, who goes to the bucket, and he lost the handle out of bounds.
That's a good pass by Damian Thornton. Braylon James with a nice cut. But sometimes when you play so fast, as Terry Evans' Southwestern team does, you play a little bit too fast and fumble it out of bounds.
46-44, 17-17 to play. Sims bounces it to Thompson. Brantley speeds into the front court, picks his dribble up on the right baseline. Cross courts it slot left to Harrison Stoddard. He'll hand it off to the floor general, Jordan Thompson, the freshman from Southmore. Thompson going one-on-one against Torian Knight, gets a screen, moves right of Wilcox. Now Jordan drives and it's poked out of his hands away out of bounds by Knight.
Torian Knight playing very well on both ends of the basketball court tonight.
Southwestern is 2-0 against East Central. OBU will try to beat the Tigers for the first time Saturday afternoon. Stoddard's open three, head of the circle, no good. Jordan Thompson sneaks in for the rebound to Jaquan Sims. His three, in and out and back in, almost off the window. And then it caromed out again, and Thornton has it for Southwestern. Down the paint he goes, jump passes to Jalen Williams, open for three, he got it. Williams has found the sweet spot, right circle. He has a tray in each half, and SWOSU leads on the road by a point.
And Jalen Williams is a big, beefy post player, and he can shoot from way downtown.
Jaquan Sims being pestered by Torian Knight. Spins and works near the head of the Bison logo center circle. Out high it's Stoddard, lobs it to Sims, and Jaquan out.
Boy, a nice quick little lob pass by Harrison Stoddard to a cutting Jaquan Sims. Jaquan Sims felt the Southwestern player holding his arm down, so he just threw up a prayer and gets two shots.
Jalen Williams, the senior from Oklahoma City that began his collegiate career at Central Oklahoma, has been called for the foul. It's his second, first against SWOSU. Early second half, and Jaquan Sims hits the free throw. How about this, Scott? OBU led at halftime by a bucket and have led most of the way here in the second half, and that's the first point of the night from Quan.
And I was disappointed. I was so excited about Jaquan Sims getting so hot at Southeastern, and then that last three-pointer, he couldn't be more uncovered. I thought for sure he'd bury it, and it pinballed out, as you say.
Chris Braggs Jr. will come in, and now it's Camden Gibson that's going to go to the bench for Terry Evans' club. Terry, in his collegiate career at UCO and Southwestern, is 286 and 164. Second free throw is good by Jaquan Sims at OBU as we ride the teeter-totter back of the high side, 48-47. Torian Knight comes to a jump stop out front. His little lazy pass tip. Sims had it but couldn't quite gather control. He lost it to the floor, and Thornton picks it right back up. Lobs it for Chris Braggs, who muscles up, hit the bottom of the rim, and they're going to call a foul on Nigel Wilcox. And that's going to be the third on Nigel, the junior transfer from Webster University, a Division III school down in Georgia.
Wilcox reached in first. Then the C official goes ahead and calls the foul like a block, and I didn't think Wilcox was on the block.
Chris Braggs Jr. is the top weapon off of the bench for Southwestern, and he back rims the first free throw. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 16 minutes at Northwestern. That was the most minutes played by any Bulldog reserve. He played 22 minutes tops for a Bulldog bench player against OBU. Had 14 points, a rebound, and was 2 of 2 from 3 back in Weatherford. Second free throw is good. We're deadlocked at 48 with 4 minutes exactly gone to the second half. This thing is coming down the wire. Sims loses the handle, and then it's off of Jaquan out of bounds. Sims is just having one of those games, and if you play this sport long enough, you're going to have one or two of them.
Brantley Thompson's guy, Chris Braggs, was guarding Brantley Thompson, left Thompson to go double Jaquan, and it scared him. All he had to do is pass it to wide open Brantley Thompson, and he just got a little out of sync.
Timeout on the floor. We're tied at 48 in the second half, brought to you by Noble McIntyre Law on the Bison Radio Network.
Attorney Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. Recently, the FDA requested manufacturers withdraw ranitidine drugs commonly known as Zantac. Zantac has been found to potentially cause cancer in the bladder, colon, throat, nasal cavity, kidneys, liver, lungs, pancreas, prostate, stomach, and testicular cancer. If you have taken Zantac, you may be entitled to compensation.
Call us at 405-917-5200 or visit us online at McIntyreLaw.com. Download our new app today.
Bison basketball is brought to you by Sin Relief here in the second half. Noble McIntyre, a proud supporter of OBU athletics as well, as is the First National Bank and Trust Company, the bank you can count on. Time back in. We're deadlocked at 48 with 15:41 to play second half. Southwestern against the man-to-man defense. They'll cross court it. Williams from left to right to Knight, who intercepted it in front of Livingston Clear. Knight bounces it for Braggs. Foul line right. He turns and throws it up and in. That's a good shot by Braggs. And he has the last three on the board for SWOSU. They're back in front 50-48.
Braggs with his back to the basket, spin pivot forward. He's so strong with the basketball.
Thompson then was trapped and stepped to the midcourt line. So OBU will turn it over for the 9th time.
Yeah, you got to give it up to Terry. He senses that his pressure's working a little bit, and he's just keeping it on.
But I'm also going to say you can't pick up the ball if you're Jordan Thompson with less than a step from midcourt. You don't give yourself any room to do anything. Chris Braggs, Jr., right front court. But you're right, the Bulldog defense has been good tonight. Thornton attacks against Brantley. Cross courts it for Chris Braggs, right corner. He penetrates, tried to bank it in, and he missed it. And they're going to call a foul. I think they're looking at Harrison Stoddard. Or are they?
Anything. He doesn't have to move out of the way of Braggs, who's very aggressive, just taking the basketball.
The foul line is 3 of 5. First free throw is up, and it's good. Terry Evans in his third season. He knew he was going to get this program turned around in a hurry from 5 wins to 13 wins, and already 5 in 7 games this year.
Trace Bowling comes in off the bench. Maybe he'll provide that big spark like he did with the 8 points real early in the first half.
Second free throw is good. SWOSU now by 4. It's their biggest lead of the night with 15:04 to play here in the final half. Bowling will handle the basketball. Guarded by Jalen Williams. Stoddard pops out, hands it back to Trace. Bowling tries to probe his way in, now whips it left corner. Sims spins. Ball.
I don't know, boy, there's a lot of contact. Either way, offensive foul or maybe Jalen Williams, but maybe it is a good no call.
Knight throws up a floater, missed it, had his hands on the rebound. Jordan Thompson tips it and takes it. Now to Sims up ahead. Jaquan through the paint, right to left to Thompson for 3. He rolls that one in. That thing looked like it was going to roll off, and you think Brantley isn't white hot. There's evidence of that shot.
Yeah, and every time Jaquan Sims drives, he has a nice kick-out pass for an assist.
53-52. Shot missed at the other end. Rebound tipped by Bowling, and Knight has it. To Thornton, down low to Braggs Jr. He spins around Brantley, lays it up, and it rolls off, and Thompson is going to be called for his third personal foul.
I tell you, Chris Braggs, he puts in four-wheel drive, doesn't he? He gets that ball, puts that shoulder down, and just drives right to the backboard.
OBU has some serious foul trouble now with Nigel Wilcox with 4 fouls. Brantley Thompson, Trey Green each have 3. That's 3 of the 5 starters tonight for Jason Aker, who's looking to go to 5-1 in his 6th meeting head-to-head with SWOSU.
And Jaquan Sims has 5 assists now. He had 4 in the first half. Every one of those assists was off a drive in either a kick-out or a bounce pass under the goal.
First free throw is good. Green out, or will go out. And now Jalen Williams is headed for the bench. And trying to see who's come back in. I think it's Camden Gibson. He's been over, and I think he's tying his shoe. That's the substitution for the Bulldogs. Second one is up, and that one is clean. So Southwestern with a pair for the line. Retakes the advantage 54-53.
Gibson's another one of those Edmond contingent people. You have Harry here for OBU, Damian Thornton from Edmond Santa Fe. Torian Knight is another one of those.
Jaquan Sims checks out. Into the ball game is Trey Green with 3 fouls. He handles in the backcourt. They'll clear out, and the Kingfisher All-Stater, who's in his second year at Shawnee, will walk it across midcourt. Hands it to Brantley Thompson. He explodes to the goal, lays it in with the right hand for the left angle. Thompson with 5 straight. OBU leads by a point.
Boy, Thompson can do it. He's got that inside-outside game going. They came out on him, so he puts the ball on the floor, glides on the left side with the right hand off the glass.
17 for Brantley on 27 minutes. Braggs Jr. nails the foul line shot. His third basket
is Bowling inside.
13 points in 12 minutes for him off the bench. Bowling bangs his way to the baseline, and a bang-bang call is going to go the way of OBU as Braggs Jr. will pick up his third.
Good call by the lead official. Braggs tried to down and pinch him down the baseline.
I think the officiating crew's done pretty well tonight, don't you?
Yes, I do. They're doing very good because this is very physical, very active game. and it's a hard thing to call.
Herod, Ewell, and Ships, the three-man officiating crew, is signed by the Great American Conference tonight. They inbound on a lob from Stoddard to Thompson. Right elbow to Green. Bang! He got it. Trey Green puts down his second three in as many tries. OBU leads it 58-56 with 13 minutes to play.
And both of Trey Green's three-pointers were at crucial times and tight parts of the game.
Thornton crosses over. OBU's in a zone.
Defense centers just better offense by Damian Thornton with that double pump running up to the glass.
Tie game again, this one at 58 with 12:43 to play. Thompson to start at left circle. Southwestern in a man-to-man. Harrison holds it above his head, guarded by Clear. Now hands it to Brantley to Harrison for three, corner left. Bang! Harrison Stoddard rattles in a three, and OBU is back in front by three, 61-58.
Looked like a little two-man game between Harrison Stoddard and Brantley Thompson on the left side, and Stoddard hit the three.
James, corner left, drives all the way through the paint and goes backdoor it in. Braylon James with 4 points. He comes in averaging almost 13 a game. 1 point lead for Oklahoma Baptist, 61-60. Brantley hands it off to Trey Bowling, wing left. He hesitates, puts up a three. Airballs that one, and unfortunately for the Bison, Stoddard was crashing for the rebound, and he was in right position to have that air.
Yeah, Stoddard's such a great rebounder. He's anticipating the ball to come off the rim, so that air ball just messed him up.
Harrison is second straight double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Gibson for the right angle to the goal, lays it in. Camden Gibson now with 5, and we are tied. Actually, Southwestern leads it by a point, 62-61. Thompson to the goal, layup good at the other end. Brantley Thompson having a huge night again. He's got 19, and there's a Southwestern player down near midcourt.
I think that's Thornton.
He is down and has not moved much, laying square on his. The 5-on-4 advantage when Thompson went to the glass. So time out of the floor, 11:40 to play in the second half. It's Oklahoma Baptist 63, SWOSU 60. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
Possible to cook up the barbecue bacon burger at home? Well, that depends. Does your home have fresh chopped onions, pickles, smoked cheddar, Monterey Jack, bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and orange and white stripes with the word Whataburger emblazoned on the front of it? If so, then absolutely. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together, you and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
OBU 63, Southwestern Oklahoma State 62 with 11:40 to play. Let's pause for stations along the network to identify themselves. You're listening to Oklahoma Baptist Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network. Well, there was a difference on the official score sheet. We're looking at the monitor. It was 63-62. That's what we had. For a time being, they had 62 apiece up on the board. They went to the monitor during the break, and the officials did indeed rule what we had called and what the official stats showed, that Brantley's three was just that. Good news, Damon Thornton up off the floor, walked off on his own power. Wilcox out there with 4 fouls. Brantley, Harrison Stoddard, and Jaquan Sims. So Jason Aker riding with the starting 5 here at the 11:40 mark of the second half.
And this starting 5 is going to have to slow down the dribble penetration by Southwestern.
Bulldogs will bring it to the forecourt. Braylon James right to left across your radio dial. Navy blue and white uniforms tonight for South Road. Will fire a three, and he misses at top of the circle. Stoddard had his hand on the rebound, but he concedes to Trey Green. To Jaquan Sims, Oklahoma Baptist works to the offensive end with a 1-point lead here over Southwestern. Right side with it is Sims on the baseline to Harrison. Foul line left to Trey Green, and then Green had it poked out of his hands, driving down the paint out of bounds.
9 seconds left on the shot clock. It looks like Egger yelled box. Let's see.
Green to inbound, bounces it for Thompson, who fires and missed the 16-footer. It hit the back rim and goes out of play.
I like that call. Thompson's been doing really good. He was going to his left again, even though being right-handed with an open 16-footer.
Before that miss, Brantley had made 50% of his shots, 8 of 16. Bison are up to 41%. Southwestern shooting an opponent high 50% here tonight at the Noble Complex. Driving right, Torian Knight goes up and started, blocked the shot vertically. Rebound to OBU. Bison defend a 1-point lead. Up ahead is Thompson. Brantley to Sims, left of the Nigel Wilcox screen. He angles to the wing in front of the OBU bench, and now they're going to get him for a carry. Jaquan Sims, who has 5 assists, now has turned it over for the second time in 23 minutes in a night in which he has a career-low 4 points on a OBU worst 1 of 8 field goal shooting.
Harrison Stoddard with 3 blocked shots now. That will slow down the dribble to the rim with those swatting those shots in the paint.
Harrison Stoddard, we'll check on this in a moment, is now top 5 all time in Great American Conference play in career block shots. Knight's wide open quarter right 3 was halfway down and rattled out of the cylinder. Bison have it as we approach the halfway point of the second half. OBU by 1, trying to move into first place possession in the Western Division. Right side with it is Thompson to Sims. Down low it goes for Wilcox. Guarded by Jalen Williams, takes him off the dribble, goes right to left and lays it in.
Wow.
He's too quick for Jalen Williams.
And what a great move. Wilcox going left to the rim, 360 spin pivot with the little lay-in.
Nigel with 6, and that was a big basket. It's a 3-point game, under 10 to play. Foul line left is Gibson. He pivots. Now gets it to Knight, who angles right, goes right wing for Braylon James. James against Wilcox, and down low a foul. And if that's on Trey Green, that's his 4th, and that's who they're looking at. The Kingfisher sophomore has just never really gotten into a flow tonight because of fouls. That's the 5th in the second half against the Bison.
And a great point you had, Todd. Livingston Clear, no match for the foot speed of Nigel Wilcox.
Inbounds pass to James. They dare him to shoot. Now he drives, spins it in against Nigel. Nigel took a chance, stayed vertical, and he forced him into a miss. Bison with a rebound. Boy, your heart went in your throat there for a minute.
Well, Braylon James initiated all that contact, put his shoulder right in the chops of Nigel Wilcox, and like you said, he stayed vertical and backed up.
Green to Brantley Thompson on the center circle logo. Just inside the midcourt stripe. Green bounces it for Stoddard, right baseline against Damon Thornton. 7 to shoot. Harrison with a left-handed dribble, shoots over. The defender missed it. Wilcox with a rebound is fouled on the way back up. You know what time it is? It's Nigel Wilcox time. He started to make a big presence known here when the game got tight in the second half against Southern Nazarene.
And that was 1-on-3 rebounding for Nigel Wilcox. I was thinking a blue shirt was going to come away with that thing. The ball comes off the front of the rim, and then who elevates? Nigel Wilcox.
So Brantley Thompson with 3 block shots. Now in his career has 123, and he is in sole possession of 5th place on the Great American Conference career block shot chart list. Wilcox spins the first free throw out. He's 0 of 2 at the line. That's an area that Nigel for the strike. Trace Bowling is getting up and checking in. Thornton has returned. Livingston Clear is back out there. Chris Braggs Jr. has returned off Terry Evans' bench.
And this is the most physical team that Terry Evans has when you have Chris Braggs and Jalen Williams out there and Thornton.
Cox on the free throw. We get a whistle, and I think somebody from Southwestern may have been in the lane prematurely. So Nigel Wilcox gets a break. Let's see if he can make it a 2-possession game with 9:07 to play. Second half of Bison basketball brought to you by Send Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world around, because when help and hope combine, lives are changed. Wilcox makes them pay as he pays the free throw off, and it's now 66-62.
What a break right there. Lane violation for that free point.
Wing right in the Southwestern front court is Knight to Braggs. Against Thompson, steps inside the arc, misses short. Wilcox ripped the rebound away from Livingston Clear and then throws it away. Thompson diving, tipped it, but he did so tonight. Out front to Williams, slides left, is covered up there. Clear dumps it down post. Braggs Jr. goes left to right, back right to left as he got Thompson in the air and he lays it in.
Another outstanding rebound by Nigel Wilcox, but he just got in too big of a rush to hit that outlet pass that was covered.
You won't say this much, Brantley Thompson put in the spin cycle right there.
Well, it's hard with Bragg's leaning on you all day long.
Brantley short on a baseline right jumper. Southwestern with the rebound, and then Thompson comes. And I thought he was going to get a tie-up, but they're going to call Southwestern for a travel. And that is Torian Knight that will turn it over.
That is the right call, too. When Torian Knight grabbed that ball, he was kind of off balance. He went to his butt on the floor. That's when the official called the travel, and he's right.
Bison lead it by a deuce, 66-64, 8:18 to go. Second half from Shawnee. Thompson's cross-court pass tipped out of bounds by Torian Knight. These two, again, will play on Valentine's Eve, February the 13th. Who knows what could be on the line on February 22nd when SWOSU comes back to Shawnee.
Well, I tell you, this is going to be a battle to the end for first place in this league.
Trace Bowling kicks it to Nigel Wilcox, and then Bowling had a return pass knocked out of bounds by Damian Thornton. Our old buddy John Brooks used to say on the Center Football broadcast, folks, if you're out and driving, pull over. It's too stressful right now to be behind the wheel. They cross-court it. Stoddard for three. Left side, no. Bulldogs seal the glass, so they have it with Damon Thornton. Under 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Thornton spins it against Thompson, and Brantley's going to foul him. That's his fourth.
Damian Thornton, he gets the ball. He's very active as well. He just grabbed it, just goes straight to the rim. Actually then did a spin pivot back to the left side.
That's actually on Bowling, and that's going to be his second, not the fourth on Brantley. So I was glad I was wrong on that. Thornton, a very good free throw shooter to the line, and he misses short. He'd been 2 of 2. Southwestern has not been good tonight at the line. They are 10 of 14. That's a little bit misleading because everybody with the exception of Chris Braggs is just 3 of 5. Braggs himself has been to the line 9 times and made 7. 8:01 to play. Oklahoma Baptist by 2, and Thornton will try to shave the deficit in half, and he does as he hits the free throw. So Damon Thornton now is his 15th point tonight. Came in 4th of the Great American Conference at scoring at just a tick under 20 per ball game. Thompson will inbound to Sims. He gets it to Jordan Thompson. Jordan whips it, look pass to Stoddard, middle of the floor in the front court. Now to Sims, bounces it to Brantley, corner 3 short. Wilcox with a rebound, pivots, takes it, dribbles back up, missed the one-handed turnaround jump shot. Rebound to Clear. He did everything right but finish. OBU's lead is 1, Southwestern into the front court.
It's hard to shoot over 6'10", Livingston Clear.
And Clear knocks down a 3 at the top of the circle. From 3-point range, he had been 4 of 15 coming into this ball game. He's now 1 of 2, and that one puts Southwestern on the high side, 68-66.
It's just amazing how all 3 of their posts can shoot those 3-pointers with ease.
Very difficult team to match up with. Jordan Thompson left of the screen from Stoddard. Almost lost it, spins, gets it back, goes into the paint, and throws it up. And it was short, but he's going to go to the line.
Boy, Jordan Thompson ran the gauntlet on that one, dribbling through 3 Bulldogs, getting whacked each time.
They're looking at Knight, and that's who they give the foul to. It's his second, and we get a timeout. The under 8 media timeout comes officially with 7:09 to play second half. Oklahoma Baptist trailing 68-66 on the Bison Radio Network.
McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile or semi-trucking accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, there are 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers using cell phones. 1 in 4 of all crashes now involve texting and driving. If you have been injured and want to learn more about your rights, call us right now. The consultation is free.
We love what we do, and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests and our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Game reset. Southwestern with 2 timeouts. OBU with 3. Possession arrow favors the Bison. The score right now favors Southwestern 68-66. OBU has gone scoreless for the last 2:02. They've hit just 1 of their last 7. From the field, they will inbound in their own end. They lob it. The pass was offline. Wilcox picks it up. His stick back rattled out, and Nigel is fouled. And that one is against Clear, and that's his second.
Do you think Terry Evans saw that play against Southern Nazarene Monday night on film? Because both Southwestern players were going up there for the lob, and so the throw was underthrown. Wilcox let Southwestern jump, and he went and pulled it down.
Nigel's free throw is up, but it's good. That was clean. Either that or he heard you and I screaming all the way up in Alva. That did damage to the rim. Everybody was taking pictures and looking at it. It was a little cockeyed at the end of the evening.
Talked to Mike Manlepig about it. He goes, and Nigel Wilcox isn't even that big and heavy of a person.
Doesn't have to be with that ferocity throwing the ball down. Nigel hits both. Those are huge, and we're tied at 68. 7 minutes exactly to play from Shawnee in the Noble Complex on Bison Hill. Thornton bounces right side. Braggs weaves his way to the goal and lays it in. Chris Braggs Jr. with a basket. Southwestern 70, Oklahoma Baptist 68 with 6:43 to play in regulation. Jordan Thompson with it, foul line left, turns the corner. No look jump pass. Cross courts it to Sims to Stoddard straight on. He back rimmed it. Harrison has had a tough night from 3. 2 of 8 and 4 of 14 overall. 6.5 to play. SWOSU by 2 with the basketball. Into the front court is Braylon James. They sag off of him with Jordan Thompson. Now JT starts to cheat out there on him. James veers right directly in front of Terry Evans. Now gets a screen, moves left from Braggs. They roll Chris. OBU covers that up. Wing right is Knight. He'll put up a 3, and he got it. Torian Knight is on fire. He's got his first 3, and Southwestern has their largest lead of the night of 5.
Yeah, when Torian Knight hits three-pointers, that kills you because most of his scores are in the paint off the dribble.
Into the front court is Jaquan Sims. Bison need a basket here with 6 to play. Stoddard with it out front to Brantley Thompson. Thompson trying to probe his way in, backs it out, fires a 3, and he got it. Brantley Thompson with his 4th three-point basket, and he is closing in on another career high. He's got 22 tonight.
That's because Thompson earlier was dribbling and penetrating in, the defense laying off him a little bit. Brantley Thompson created that shot for himself off the dribble, moving left again.
Braggs Jr. gets a bounce pass, attacks, cross courts it clear, left corner, and he was standing on the sideline. Livingston Clear had no idea where he was at. He turns it over for the 8th time for SWOSU. This game has been really well played. Only 19 turnovers combined in this one. These are two teams.
And there's really not a lot of room in the corners at the three-point line, especially if you're 6'10". You just step with half your step, you could step out of bounds.
Bison at 3 can retake the lead after Brantley hit a big 3. He's going to do it right here. Bang! Brantley Thompson with another triple. Holy Toledo. Brantley was 6 straight, and the Bison lead it 74-73.
Thompson again just dribbling the defense to sleep and then quickly rises up. This time turning right for the three-point.
Sims pokes an entry pass away from Thornton. 9th Southwestern turnover. Jordan Thompson into the front court, being ridden. Whips it left. Sims for 3. No good. And the rebound to Southwestern. The long carom to Braylon James. And then James throws it to Wilcox into the front court. To Thompson, 2-on-1. Alley-oop lob off the glass, and it's slammed home by Wilcox. Oh, my goodness. Jordan Thompson, the magic man. Alley-oop lob off the backboard, and it was timed perfectly by Nigel Wilcox.
And Jordan Thompson had Harrison Stoddard open on the left block. I thought he was lobbing it to Harrison Stoddard, but instead he saw in his peripheral, he saw Wilcox coming as the trailer off the backboard. Wilcox 2 hands with the throwdown.
I'm speechless. I don't know what more to say. I mean, that was an incredible play by a freshman point guard.
And when I first initially saw it, I thought that he was looking at Stoddard. I could see Wilcox coming, but then he forced it off the board hard backwards, knowing the leaping ability of a Wilcox who just goes up and throws it down. I wonder if that goal has been again this time.
I don't know. That wasn't with the ferocity of the one on Monday night, but boy, that was a beauty. 5th assist for Jordan Thompson, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 minutes. And you know what? You talked about, you thought he was looking at Harrison Stoddard. I can't imagine, and we're not on the floor. This is one year I wish we were, because you don't know who Jordan's going to throw it to. He's got great peripheral vision. I'm like you. I thought that was not going off the backboard to Nigel Wilcox.
Yeah, and can you imagine if there was a crowd in here, what would have happened? This place would have been erupted with noise and just atmosphere. I just hope that crowd can get back in here soon.
Jordan Thompson, you son are ridiculous. 76-73. The Bison have scored the last 8. Left quarter. It's Torian Knight to Chris Braggs Jr. Knight against Thompson, gets deep on him, and Brantley hacked him, and that's going to be the fourth on Brantley Thompson.
See, that just makes it so hard to guard Torian Knight. He just hit a long three-pointer from the right wing, so Brantley Thompson's got to play him tight. Then Torian Knight takes him to the goal off the dribble.
So now three starters with 4 fouls for the Bison. First free throw in and out, and Knight will get one more. My old buddy Aaron Yunt listens to us a lot, and I'll just put it this way, what a gutsy play by a freshman. Indeed it was.
Wow.
Second free throw is up. That one rolls around and finds the bottom of the basket. So Knight gets 1 of 2. It's a 2-point game, 76-74 with 4.5 to play. They lob it in the backcourt. Jaquan Sims, he's out there with Brantley Thompson, JT, Nigel Wilcox, and Harrison Stoddard. Primarily, it's been a lot of the starters tonight logging the minutes. Sims bounces it left side for Thompson. No Jarius Hickler, their leading scorer for a third consecutive game for Oklahoma Baptist. Stoddard hands it off to Thompson. Thompson with it between the circles, moves right, now spins, throws up a little teardrop runner and got it. Jordan Thompson with a dozen, and another big play, and it's 78-74.
Well, that was another huge play.
Brantley Thompson dives, he knocks the bounce pass away. It's out of bounds off of the Bison. And Brantley, I'm thinking we're blocked down there because we're up 3:56 to play. OBU 78, Southwestern Oklahoma State 74 inside the Noble Complex.
Great job by Brantley Thompson diving on the floor. He was outstretched with his right arm to get a hand on that ball. Just about went off a Southwestern Bulldog. And then Jordan Thompson on the previous play, he was getting pressured up top of the key, faked like he was going right, then started up the lane with the one-handed runner.
Brantley Thompson was 6 of 11 from 3 Monday night over SNU. He now is 11 for his last 20 in the 2 home games this week for the Bison.
And that's not all he does, Todd. I mean, he's on the floor, diving there, blocking out. He's getting rebounds, and his passing, a perfect pinpoint passing and timing of the passes are just outstanding.
He has a new career high of 25. It's his third 20-point game in the last 4 contests. He has 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. The only negative is 4 fouls, and he's played 35 minutes. He and Harrison Stoddard and Jaquan Sims are the leaders on this team in minutes played. You would expect a relatively young basketball team having to have the seniors log the most minutes.
And we're getting in the crunch time, just under 4 minutes at 3:56, and you have a freshman on the floor, Jordan Thompson. Not only was that a difficult pass, he had to just put it just the right speed off the backboard, and the timing when Wilcox came for that off the glass.
I don't know if you noticed that Jordan signaled everybody in to huddle. Came back up to the floor. 23 to shoot for SWOSU. It's a 4-point OBU lead with 3:52 to go. Camden Gibson with it on the center circle logo. Moves right of a screen, double clutches and scoops it up. He missed it. The tip by Wilcox almost went into the basket. Thornton's tip off the mark. Brantley Thompson with a rebound. Nigel Wilcox almost had an own goal right there. Brantley Thompson to Jordan Thompson. It's knocked away into the backcourt. Jordan dives, flips it to Brantley Thompson. He has to save it back in bounds to Jordan Thompson, and here the Bison go. Thompson has started up ahead with 12 to shoot. Back to Brantley Thompson. He attacks left to the goal, and a blocking foul before the bounce pass, and that's going to go against Chris Braggs Jr. That's his 4th. So Thompson now will go. No, he won't. That's the 6th foul for the second half against Swan.
Break there, Chris Braggs Jr. blocked Brantley Thompson. Braggs Jr. thought that Thompson was going up for the layup, but he was going for the bounce pass and the assist.
How about the hustle first? JT on the floor, digging the pass out. Brantley Thompson saving it back. Inbounds left side. Near the midcourt stripe for Jaquan Sims. Jaquan guarded out there by Torian Knight. They go right side to Brantley Thompson and Jordan Thompson. This has been a great game tonight. Sims spins left wing, 5 to shoot. Needs some help, gets it from Stoddard. Bounce pass, he'll fire a 3, and he got it! And he's knocked to the floor and fouled! Holy Toledo! With 1 second on the shot clock, Harrison Stoddard made the 3, and then he was knocked to the floor and fouled.
Chris Braggs, what was he thinking going out there on Stoddard, knocking him down? 1 second, as you said, on the shot clock. A high arcing, bringing rain from the clouds. from the left corner. Boom, and what a shot by Stoddard.
That partner carries a lot of weight, and I'll tell you why. 20 minutes, 17 points by Chris Braggs Jr., and he's fouled out of the ball game. And Stoddard will go to the line for a 4-point opportunity, and he rolls the free throw off. Southwestern with 3 minutes to play, down 7.
And Braggs has so much physicality inside. That's a big weight, as you said.
Knight's three, too strong. Nigel Wilcox will rebound, pivots and bounces it for Jordan Thompson. Thompson's going to slow it down now as we go under 2:40 to play in regulation. OBU's equal their biggest lead of the night of 7, and they can build on it right here. Thompson with it, left wing all the way to the goal. Cross courts it. Jaquan Sims open for 3. Got it. That may have, well, I don't know if it did it, but that one had some weight with 2:26 to play.
Oh, yeah, and Jordan Thompson, the freshman, way inside the left block, kicks it way out to the right wing for the
84-74. Down the paint goes Gibson, and a foul. And on Harris Stoddard, and that's his second.
And Stoddard.
The junior from Edmond Santa Fe High School. 2:18 to play, and the game is not over, but I'll tell you this, Southwestern is down to their final match, and there is a brisk north wind blowing.
I tell you what, and players are stepping up, making plays to beat this Southwestern team who's in first place. That is just outstanding. You know, Jason Aker coaches as hard as he can, but if players don't step up and make plays.
Camden Gibson hits the first free throw. This is a terrific Bulldog team that's in town tonight. Well coached by Terry Evans. Second one is up, and it's good. Camden Gibson tonight has 7 points, 4 in the second half. He averages almost near corner. And for the other end, Jason Aker with the mask on, yelling and screaming for a timeout. 2:13 to play. We'll keep it right here. Oklahoma Baptist 84, Southwestern Oklahoma State 76. Isn't this fun, partner? And it's this way every single night of this conference.
It is such a competitive league. There is so much athleticism, such a high basketball IQ throughout the league. And then, of course, we get to watch the Bison every night. It's just a privilege. They're so talented, work so hard in practice, and then perform.
OBU has taken a really good shot from SWOSU tonight. The Bulldogs are shooting 47.5%. Something had to give because OBU is number 1 in three-point field goal defense. They're number 2 in the they're number 1, and Southwestern was number 3 in field goal percentage offense in the league before tonight.
I want to say something about the last defensive trip for Oklahoma Baptist. Outstanding rebound again by Wilcox between Southwestern's top 2 leapers, 6'10" Livingston Clear and Damian Thornton. He was wedged in between, and he comes away with the ball.
Bison trying to hold off the Bulldogs with 2:13 to play. OBU basketball brought to you by shopobubison.com. Your home for the very best and officially licensed merchandise and apparel. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's shopobubison.com. JT bounces it inbounds to Stoddard in the backcourt. He whips it across the floor to Thompson into the front court and a foul. Braylon James with his first. And that is the 8th against SWOSU, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Tuttle senior Brantley Thompson.
Good call by the trail official. Braylon James was riding Brantley Thompson twice. He let the first 2 bumps go, called the third bump. I like that call.
Brantley at the line now with 900. And then Harrison Stoddard takes a bounce pass away. OBU forces another turnover. That's the 11th of the night for SWOSU. Bison have turned it over 11 times as well. Thompson has Stoddard out front and out of JT. Jordan Thompson is bumped and fouled. And the freshman who's made some big plays, why not go to the line and try to get this thing back to double digits?
And then having Jordan Thompson on the floor in all this crunch time, in the last 6 minutes, he made the big bounce pass off the backboard to Wilcox. The drive up the lane, kicking it out to Sims for the wide open 3. Just outstanding to see the execution of these plays being made.
Thornton with his first foul. That actually is the 9th against Southwestern. Jordan Thompson hits the free throw. He's 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Jordan Thompson with 6 assists along with Jaquan Sims to lead OBU in that category. Nigel Wilcox with 12 rebounds. Harrison Stoddard a double-double tonight, 15 and 10. Second free throw by JT is good. Minute 40 to play in the ball game. Bison lead it 86-76. Deep three right side by Williams is off the front of the rim. Jaquan Sims has it. Now he'll dribble around and accelerate into the front court. Jump pass is right wing to Brantley Thompson. He drives to the baseline, cross courts it for Jordan Thompson. Now to Stoddard. OBU just playing keep away with 1:22 to play. And a foul finally comes. And that's on Damian Thornton. That's his second. So Damon Thornton tonight has played hard and just 2 fouls. 35 minutes, 15 points, 10 more rebounds for the number 4 scorer and number 1 rebounder of the conference. First free throw is up and good by Stoddard. He's made 3 of 4 at the line. Stoddard has another double-double. It is his 6th of his career, and he only had 4 before this year. And his last prior to Monday night was against Southern Nazarene in the Great American Conference semifinals a year ago. He's done it in back-to-back games. Second free throw is good, 88-76. 1:19 to play. Gibson slips as he throws it up, and they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, him off balance.
From up here, it almost looked like he slipped. There was contact. First foul against Quan.
And it was a late whistle. I think the C official was just waiting to see. He wanted to hold it and then called it. That's a good call.
So Camden Gibson at the line hits the front end of the 1-and-1. February 13th in Weatherford, February 22nd here in Shawnee. Hope these two see more of each other because these are 2 really good basketball teams. Second one is up, and that one rattles off. Nigel Wilcox, who has played very well with those 4 fouls, corrals the miss. Brantley, a jump pass to Sims into the front court, 70 seconds to play. Jaquan dribbles for the corner of the wing, now gets it out to Stoddard to Brantley Thompson. 1:04 to play. They get it now to Sims, who drives baseline, and he'll pull it back out. He angles through the top of the circle, a minute to play. Stoddard with it on the baseline to Brantley Thompson, 6 to shoot. Thompson drives, it's poked out of his hands. Thornton has it. Damon one-on-one with Stoddard. Goes around him, missed the layup, and there for the rebound is Brantley Thompson. To Sims, 3-on-1, alley-oop lob to Wilcox, and he slams it home one-handed.
Wilcox, I thought that ball was too high on the pass. He reached up with one hand, end of his fingertips, and just throws it down.
35 seconds to play. Driving left, going to the goal. Gibson misses the layup. Stoddard on the floor rolls. Tried to cross-court it. Knight with the interception, lays it in, and he's fouled. And Torian Knight will go to the line after his 9th basket of the contest.
What a victory here for the Bison tonight. Southwestern playing so hard all the way to the horn. Oklahoma Baptist matching that and surpassing that by making more plays than the Bulldogs.
Brantley Thompson will foul out of the ball game, but not before a career-high 25 points for the senior from Tuttle, who will head to Ada with 968 career points. Bison are on the threshold of having 3 starters, 1,000-point collegiate scores. Foul shot is up, and it's good. And Torian Knight will get a second free throw. Actually, it was an and one. So it is now 90-80 the score. Jack Pruitt, who came in for Brantley Thompson, inbounds. He gets it to Sims, who cross-courts it for Jordan Thompson. Shot clock is off, 18 seconds to play. Graham Stiefel out there as well. The freshman for the Lone Star State takes 2 dribbles, gets it into the hands of Sims. Southwestern does not appear as if they're going to foul, and OBU is going to dribble timeout. Final score, a hard-fought victory tonight for Oklahoma Baptist. They beat Southwestern Oklahoma State 90-80. The postgame show is next. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network. Holy smokes.
In for more and buy it for less. At Hudaberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudabergGM.com.
You can count on Hudaberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudaberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudabergGM.com.
You can count on Hudaberg, we'll give you more.
The OBU Athletic Department would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Bison basketball. Bank First, Billy Boy Barbecue, Boomerang Diners, Chick-fil-A Shawnee, the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, the Dennis Morris State Farm Insurance Agency, Eric's Pharmacy, First National Bank and Trust, First United Bank, Hampton Inn Shawnee, Hudaberg Auto Group, Emmanuel Baptist Church, Lowe's, McIntyre Law, Send Relief, the OBU Graduate College, P&K Equipment, Pinecliff Printers, Qdoba, Rob's Smokehouse, Shawnee Mills, Shawnee Pit Stop, Sherwin-Williams, South Central Industries, SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital Shawnee, TAC Designs, Tinker Federal Credit Union, The Lunchbox, the UPS Store, Village Tours and Travel, Vision Bank, Walls, and Whataburger.
Team to match a Southwestern team, the intensity that Southwestern brings, as you said, a team game on both sides. So OBU matches Southwestern's intensity and then surpasses them by making more plays than the Bulldogs.
In the first meeting, OBU set a season high with 62 field goal attempts. Tonight they reset it with 66. OBU at Weatherford made a season high 12 three-pointers. Tonight it is a season best 14. And they win again by a final count of 90-80, outscoring SWOSU by 8 in the second half after leading by 2 at halftime. Brantley Thompson hit a couple of big threes in a row as part of an 8-0 run after Southwestern Scott had taken a 2-possession lead. And once the dust had settled after OBU had gotten re-control of this thing, they never really let Southwestern back in it.
And it was when Brantley Thompson started hitting those three-pointers. He hit one just to the left of the key, and then another one outside and around the same area, kind of in just different ones. One moving to the left and one coming like a little curl move, rise and hit three-pointers. Gave OBU a 1-point lead. They were down by 5 points at that 1 point.
So OBU in the first meeting set highs, field goals attempted, three-pointers made, three-pointers attempted, fouls. All of those have been reset tonight. OBU 29 of 69 for the floor, 14 of 33 from three. They were whistled for 20 fouls, and again they win it by a final count of 90-80 against a really good Southwestern ball club that came in here just 3 days after dismantling Northwestern and now the 99-66, and they delivered a really good punch to now the front runners in the Great American Conference Western Division, the Bison of Oklahoma Baptist. Final numbers: 29 of 63 for Southwestern, 46%. 6 of 17 from three with the Bulldogs, 35%. Free throw shooting 16 of 22, 73% for Southwestern. Incidentally, the Bulldogs today become the first Bison opponent, with the exception of West Texas, the first Bison opponent in the Great American Conference to outshoot OBU in field goal percentage for a contest. OBU shoots 44%, 29 of 66. They were 14 of 33 from three and 18 of 23 from the foul line. Rebounds, OBU +4, 40-36. Bison +5 of the offensive glass, 14-9. Game was well played in terms of turnovers. OBU with 12, Southwestern with 11. Bulldogs 12 assists on 29 made field goals. Oklahoma Baptist 17 on 29 made baskets. Bison logged 7 steals tonight. Southwestern had 4. The Bison also had 5 block shots 3 days after they had 4 here against Southern Nazarene. Harrison Stoddard had 3. He now is all alone in 5th place on the career block shot chart in the Great American Conference. A block apiece from Nigel Wilcox, also from Brantley Thompson. That's with a 5 for OBU, and the block shots for Southwestern. Torian Knight had 1, and Livingston Clear had 1 as well. We'll be back, and we'll have a look at the individual numbers. We also hope to hear from a player and Jason Aker on the postgame show as well. OBU is all alone in first place in the Great American Conference Western Division. They win tonight by a count of 90-80 over Southwestern Oklahoma on the Bison. Hi, Nigel. How about we turn you up? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
You're the man. Let me just tell you, you're the freaking man. I want you to come sign my score sheet.
Thank you.
Back on the postgame show, Todd Miller along with Scott Wanish in the wake of OBU's 90-80 victory tonight over Southwestern Oklahoma State. Bison now stretch the win streak to 4 in a row. They're 5-2 all alone in the Western Division of the Great American Conference standings in first place. They're also now 5-3, and Jason Aker improves to 5-1 head-to-head against Southwestern Oklahoma State. And the human highlight reel himself joins us on the floor, Nigel Wilcox. How fun was that?
More fun than I ever had in a college game.
Talk about the intensity down there, because, I mean, you guys were throwing punches back and forth, not literally, but one team would deliver a good shot and the other would come right back.
We just played hard and just made enough stops to get the dub, and I thank my teammates because I thought the game wouldn't have been as fun as it was.
I have to ask you, I thought you played very, very smartly because you got into foul trouble with those 4 fouls, and then we thought, we can't have this guy go to the bench, and yet you were able to finish the contest. How different did you have to adjust the way you play mentally with those 4 fouls?
I just had to make the smart play, not get any fouls. I didn't want to sit the bench for the rest of the game and watch my teammates have fun without me, so it was I just had to switch it so I could stay on the floor the whole time.
Okay, the story about you coming in from Webster is this guy can really score, and I believe you really can score, but you haven't had to on this team. How much of an adjustment has that been for you?
Not that big of an adjustment at all. I'm more of a team player than anything, so I'm fine with just playing my role.
All right, let's talk about the alley-oop dunks. I mean, you are really, really in sync right now with your teammates.
Yes, sir. We just link eyes on the fast break, and hey, if he throws it, he throws it. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
It's a shame there wasn't a crowd here to see that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good job, Nigel. We'll see you on Saturday at East Central.
Thank you.
Nigel Wilcox visiting with us here on the postgame show. What a night he had as he finished with a double-double, 13 points, 13 rebounds, and a couple of electrifying alley-oop dunks tonight in the win over Southwestern. 90-80 is the final score. Let's take a look at the individual numbers for OBU, and then we'll get Jason Aker hooked up. Brantley Thompson, a new career high tonight for the Bison, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. And Brantley played 38 minutes of the ball game when he fouled out late in the contest. 17 points, 10 rebounds for Harrison Stoddard, who has posted now back-to-back double-doubles. He has 6 in his career. 17-10, he had 2 assists, 3 block shots. 14 points tonight, Jordan Thompson, who was huge. He had 6 assists and 1 steal. And Nigel Wilcox, who you just heard from, was the other Bison in double figures with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Trace Bowling made his debut tonight, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 7 from Jaquan Sims, 3 rebounds, 7 assists for Quan, and 1 steal. And rounding out the scoring tonight with 6 points was Trey Green. And Green battled foul trouble all evening long. Jason Aker joins us now for the floor here at the Noble Complex. And, Coach, at least from our vantage point, that was a fun game. I don't know what it was like to coach, but those were 2 really good teams going at it.
Well, the life of a coach, Todd, is you worry and you fuss and you challenge and you pray with and you eat with and you shoot with and you do all these things that lead into a game. And so I didn't properly enjoy the game. I didn't properly enjoy the win, but that's what we do as coaches. Hey, before I go any further, from all the messages, not only my family and friends, but all the players and their families, we just want to say thank you to you and to OBU of the broadcast that you guys are putting on, because all the families are tuned into you. And I can't begin to tell how much we appreciate you and the things that you say and how positive you are about the opponents, how positive you are about our young men, and all the parents, all the friends, all the family. Not only have we always appreciated you in the past, but this year during the empty gyms and the COVID and all this era, is that your appreciation from us just goes through the roof, and we love you. And anyways, that's all I'll say about it before I get emotional. But we love you and your wife and all the things that you do for us.
Thank you, Jason. Those are heartfelt words, and they certainly mean the world to us. And I can speak for Scott. It is a joy to be able to do what we do because we know that our job is that much more important this year, being the eyes and the ears of the parents at home. Good win tonight. You got to give your credit up, though, to Southwestern. That is a really good basketball team on the other end.
Well, they were in first place for a reason. We challenged our team. These are 2 first-place teams. I think that put us in sole possession of first place, and so we're going to celebrate tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to get ready to go to Ada. But I was just so proud of our team. It was neat to see Trace back, and I just told him before the game. And not only do all of his teammates support him, but we're just the way that he handled his broken foot, the way that he handled the practices, the way that he handled encouraging his teammates, that alone deserved him to have opportunity tonight, whether or not he did well or did bad. But I tell you what, he's a talented young man. I bet you and the viewers could tell why we recruited him. Short-handed again tonight with Jarius out, and so I continue to be proud and amazed at our group of, you know, whenever you're missing such a dynamic player in Jarius, you got to plug holes from all different ways. Our seniors, I'll continue to say it all year, they're the heart and soul of our team. And then our freshmen, the job that they do, and Trey Green and our big guys and our bench. And I mean, it was a team win. I was nervous about this game for the last 2 days. They posed you a lot of problems, but the Bison came away with a win, and I couldn't be any more thrilled.
Coach, you coach these players really hard, but it comes down to the players making big plays on the court. From the tip to the buzzer, I could have a list of plays that your guys stepped up to make. How proud are you of your players making these plays?
Well, the thing that we talked about in the locker room afterwards is as we were praying and giving thanks to the Lord for the win, is that I just appreciate there's a lot of young men out there that don't allow themselves to be coached. And so we are pushing and prodding to get every ounce of talent, every ounce of potential out of this team. We still have many ways to get better. And so to say that I appreciate our players' coachability and their attitude would be a vast understatement. I celebrate with them. Our staff absolutely loves our players. Whether or not they ever win another game for OBU or not, I will always love them. I just think the world of them and their parents and their families. And so, but we do coach them hard. We want them to get everything out of this experience that they can get. But there was all kinds of plays. I mean, I could go on and on about those hustle plays. I mean, even the play that we didn't get, that Brantley sprawled out. I mean, he had a bloody tooth, a bloody lip.
Wow.
He sprawled out there right in front of you guys on the ground to get a loose ball. And so there was tons of plays like that. And then our freshman point guard, I mean, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he'll work at a pinch. All right, let's talk quickly about East Central, another team that is difficult to defend. We saw that here at the Noble Complex, but I'm sure the Bison will be ready for the challenge on Saturday.
Well, that was a tough game for them to come in our building and beat us. But it wasn't so much. It had nothing to – we were ready to play. We competed all game. They outplayed us. They outcoached us. We got our work cut out for us to get ready. I think the game is at 5 o'clock on Saturday. It's always tough going to Ada, whether it's the former coaching staff or Coach Crutchfield and his staff. The thing that I appreciate about East Central is with Coach Havens, they were a class act, and with Coach Crutchfield, they are such a class act. And just the way – you can tell the way they coach their young men. You can tell the way they communicate. They have such a neat coaching staff with Coach Hudson and Coach Crutchfield. And so those are sometimes the toughest games to play because sometimes you want to get a little mad before you play. And it's hard to get mad when you're playing against such a class act.
Appreciate you, Coach. Congratulations. Enjoy the win for a few more hours. We'll see you Saturday.
All right. Thanks, Todd.
Jason Aker visiting with us from the floor of the Noble Complex. And pretty an emotional win tonight, I think you would say, for the coach, and rightfully so. I mean, this was a hard-fought victory over a really good team.
Well, no doubt it's a hard-fought victory, but it was fun. It was such an amazing display of talent by the Bison and Southwestern. It's just that the Bison made more plays tonight. And that alley-oop, or the bounce off the backboard by Jordan Thompson to Nigel Wilcox, what a shame that this wasn't packed. What an atmosphere this would be even much more fun, just like Nigel Wilcox talks about how much fun he had.
Brantley with 25 tonight, 17 from Stoddard, 14 from Jordan Thompson, 13 and 13 rebounds from Nigel Wilcox. Harris had a double-double with 10 rebounds as well. Officially tonight, 19 and 5 for Torian Knight. He was 8 of 18 shooting. He was one of 4 Bulldogs in double figures, 17 to go along with a rebound from Chris Braggs Jr. off the bench before he fouled out. 15 points from the league's fourth leading scorer, Damian Thornton. He finished with 10 rebounds as well. That guy is an animal with 4 assists tonight. His plus-minus was -7, but he played very, very well out there on the floor. The other Southwestern player in double figures, Camden Gibson, and he got a lot of those late. 11 points, 4 of 5 fouls, shooting 3 of 3 from the line. Gibson had just 1 assist and 1 rebound. He played 24 minutes of the basketball game. 6 points tonight from Jalen Williams, who was 2 of 3 from three-point range. 4 points from Braylon James, 4 assists, 3 rebounds for James, 3 points apiece from Kylon Butler and also Livingston Clear, and 2 points tonight from Kobe Austin Johnson. Final score, Oklahoma Baptist wins their 4th. They win tonight by 10 over Southwestern Oklahoma State, 90-80. We'll be back after this final break to wrap it up from Shawnee on the Bison Radio Network.